Okay, test one, two. Here we go. Let's grab everybody. Bingo. Good morning, everybody. Dante here. Great to see you again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, I guess. Sarah, depends on where you're watching from in the world today. Glad to be with you guys for Expert Friday. Today, Russell's not going to be able to be with us. He's out working on a super cool project that I won't even talk about because if I spill beans, I'll be in super trouble. Anyway, really cool stuff on the horizon. As always, I'm excited to be here with you all for Expert Friday. If you have a question, as always, please just raise your hand. At the bottom of Zoom, that little heart, click the heart, find the button that says raise hand. That just lets me know that you have a question, something you would like to talk about. If you're here to watch and observe, feel free to just hang out. I'm really excited to get into it today, gang. Let's look at funnels. Let's look at conversions. Let's look at our headlines, everything above the fold. Let's maybe come up with some split tests today. I really want to make sure that today as we start rounding out Q4, I want us to have some real progress and momentum going in there, going into 2026. So we're going to start with Sarah today. But while we get ready with Sarah, if you guys have questions, let's take some time. Let's put them down on notes. If you want to go look at some stats or analytics, you can have those pages pulled up in your account, or at least have clarity pulled up so we can move quickly. I really want today to be full of momentum. On that note, let's start with Sarah. Great to see you, Sarah. How can I help today?
Hi, Dante. Hi, everyone. I have a question about how to follow up what you do, take your database decisions, and especially, I want to know what would you advise me to prepare, for example, a spreadsheet or I don't know what, to follow, for example, what I have to do about what's remaining between what I've had done and what I need to do next. For example, for I have to change all my follow-up, my email sequences for onboarding or in the new free training or that kind of stuff. So I'd like to be sure I don't lose what I have to do because sometimes I prepare this, sometimes I sell, sometimes I deliver to my clients. I do everything. I'm my whole team for now. Sometimes my son helps me, but most of the time it's me. So
Mhm.
if you have any advice to be sure not to forget anything and to know where I am and what I can do better, and also maybe the KPIs, KPIs, how I follow them and everything, that kind of stuff, so that I would be very organized. And from now till December 23rd, 21st, 30 years, last day of this year, I want to be sure that everything is ready for an incredible year 2026. So if you have any ideas for me to follow, because for example, when you in the strategy you give us, we do different funnels to see what is the best, what we do, and we don't change all the funnels. You rather would tell us to create a new funnel to be able to compare, follow, see, and analyze the data. So if you could just tell me about kind of stuff I can do to be sure to have everything well organized and follow everything and not think about, I think I need to do that, whereas I should be doing something else. This
Mm,
is my question, so
okay,
I would
cool.
have everything on track because some stuff are on ClickFunnels, but some stuff are elsewhere. So if you have any advice for me to organize a system, a follow-up system, that's
Yes.
my question today.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that. I want to talk about what you just said at the very end of that, though. You said a lot of times I'll say make a different funnel. So there's two different ways we're going to test. You were talking about testing things.
Yeah.
We have funnels for offers. So let's say you have an offer, your core offer or your flagship offer, as we call it. That offer has a funnel, and that's the funnel for the offer. But let's say you have a variation of the offer, like you did for Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's a variation, it's a different product, maybe. It's you add a couple different things. So then fulfillment is different. In that case, to make a variation, yes, make a new product, make a new funnel, because that's a new offer separate from the flagship, which is your flagship funnel. But let's say you want to test and tweak your flagship funnel. That would be a split test on that funnel, right?
Yeah.
Remember split testing. We're not going to make a new funnel to test a headline. We split test inside the funnel. So between split testing and spinning up new funnels for new or variant offers, that's exactly what you do. So really what I think you're talking about here is like productivity. And are you really talking about, so are you talking about like productivity on things that you can do to be maximizing your conversions in your funnel? Or are you talking about like just kind of how to make sure that you are working productively overall in the sense of all the work that you have to do?
Yeah, on the whole. You see, for me, I have two puzzle pieces. The first one is the how you attract people. So this
Okay.
would be the social medias and everything, how I'm
Okay.
seen outside. The second one is the how you educate people with the newsletter or that kind of stuff. You keep conversation. The third one would be the conversion. The moment they look at the perfect webinar, for example, and how I can follow up with that and make them decide. And
Okay,
the
let's
fourth
talk
one,
the first thing. Let's talk the first thing.
yeah,
While I'm just so fresh on it in my mind. Uh, Social media.
yeah,
Honestly. So like instead of just having a newsletter, you should also be making like a YouTube video for your newsletter. Let's talk health and
yeah, yeah,
wellness, okay? Health and wellness. A guy might have a monthly newsletter that goes out and it sums up the month. What's happened? Let's say we're talking peptides. I just had this conversation with one of the right people this morning. And he follows a guy who talks about health and wellness, specifically is really into peptides. And he has a monthly newsletter that goes out that has all the monthly updates for those peptides. But he doesn't just have the newsletter. It's more
mm,
a social media flywheel. It's a communication flywheel, as we call it now. So he makes the newsletter. And then he makes a YouTube video where he reads the newsletter. And then from that YouTube video, he takes out a couple of the highlights or exciting points of that and he turns those into shorts. So he'll make
mm,
a YouTube video, then he'll make YouTube shorts out of it. He'll also take those shorts and he'll upload them to Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. And now he's doing that. So he's doing the update monthly on his YouTube channel. And whether people like to watch on YouTube or subscribe to the newsletter, they have that vehicle in front of them. It is much more of a flywheel instead of like just getting people to open your email because your email is going to be your monthly newsletter. But inside the monthly newsletter, you're going to put your YouTube video where you also have the YouTube rundown. And then in your YouTube video, at the end, or really preferably in the middle at a high point in the video, in the YouTube video, you're going to then tell them about the newsletter. And everything
mm,
is always linking and leading into everything. So your communications to your customers, whether daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, your communication should be that social flywheel. That's
yeah,
how we solve the posting issue, right? We are always have something to say. So what we say on all platforms.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay. But my question, yeah, this is, but how do you manage that? I mean, on what tools do you follow where you are, what you have to do, what you have to edit, the the next themes you're gonna talk about, and how you keep the idea you have, and then how you follow what you've already done and what you could recycle and reuse maybe in 6 months.
Mm.
See, just really talking about the tools. Do you have any organization or tools to advise me to follow this? Because I have several ones. I have started a lot of them, but never used them really. And so all the advice you give are going to help me. But how to get things done? I mean, really, the simplest way so that I'm sure I can post consistently and I can follow everything and do them and know where I am and what I've already done. If you have any
That's a great question.
advice or tool.
Monday.com is a really popular software for exactly
Mhm.
this thing. It's
Mhm.
a planning calendar where you can have tasks in there. Asana is
Yeah,
also
I know Asana.
popular, but here's the thing, Sarah. You can also go to ChatGPT
Yeah.
and you can have it, you can literally, I do this all the time. I go to ChatGPT, I have it make me a calendar for the next 30 days on the tasks
Mm,
that I want to accomplish. And then what I have, like, big thing, you have to know your destination. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? So once you have that, I use ChatGPT. I'll say, hey, I want you to help me make 30 days of social content.
yeah.
I also want to build this new funnel. So to build this funnel, I need to make these pages. I need this offer. I need the emails, right? And I'll say, like, help me. I also, by the way, I also have a ChatGPT that is my personal calendar.
Mhm,
Yes, Viviana, all of those. But honestly, the big thing I want to say on this is do what works for you, right?
mm.
Like I growing up, growing up, I was a typical case where it was like teachers would tell me I didn't know what I was doing, I couldn't understand, yada 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 yada.
You
And in
shouldn't
many
have believed
cases,
them, I think.
maybe, but also in many cases they were right. When I was growing up, all I cared about was scoring goals and making people laugh, and I didn't care what two plus two really equaled. So to some extent, they were right.
It's
Anyway,
their fault because if they were captivating and very good, you wouldn't have done that. You could
fair.
have done that and learned. So
That
this is
is
my
that
field. I know what I'm talking about.
that is super fair. Anyway, I never learned how I learn. I've always said my brain is like spaghetti junction, where when I work with people like Todd, who are extremely smart and efficient, their brains are like straight highways and they have off ramps that are very clean and organized. So they get information, it goes down the road until it hits the exit and it gets stored properly. Mine is like spaghetti junction in Atlanta. It's roads on top of bridges, on top of roads, and it just takes me a while to retain information properly. Anyway, I never learned how to learn. When I found ClickFunnels, when I found Russell, when I learned what funnel hacking was, I also started funnel hacking my own life. And then I learned how I actually learn. And then all of a sudden I was able to explode. So it really comes down to like, what is your best productivity? Do you work best on a Monday.com or an Asana? It sounds like you've already worked on an Asana and probably you probably found what most people find is that working in Asana just adds more work to your
Yeah,
daily workload just to accomplish
yeah,
the task, right? And honestly, I'm working with a
yeah.
bunch of the AI stuff for editing and making shorts and clips and all the stuff. And that all sucks too. It's not there yet. It's still like a year out to be, in my humble opinion. It's so here's what I do. I have a conversation in my chat GPT. That conversation is my daily, weekly, and monthly scheduler, and I use it literally like an assistant. I go in there and I have it run my calendar, and then it'll make me the entire 30-day schedule. Working it knows my schedule and it'll work into what I want to do that month. And then it gives me a schedule that all I
Mhm.
do is download it, I upload it to my Google Calendar, and now my
Yeah,
Google Calendar has me from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Excuse me, mine is actually the entire 24 hours of a day. It even has my sleep in there and everything. So like my family time is planned through it, my kids'
yeah.
events are that works best for me.
I do that too. I was thinking about this when you talked, what suits you the most. What I use, I use different tools, but I have Google Calendar too.
Yep.
And when I want to plan a task and I want to do it, I just drop it inside of my calendar so I know when I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And then it,
did
it just
you?
honestly it just comes down to like shooting and making the content at that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
but
honestly I've tried all the AI.
yeah,
I've tried upload this
yeah,
video and we're gonna make it into 7 clips and like I
yeah,
did
yeah.
it all last year and it's terrible and I hate what it produced and it
Mm,
hurt my attractive character. It hurt my image. Like
mm.
the best thing I like to take the day that I have the least amount of strain and I just make it content day. I
Okay.
literally make a content day. Right to the side of me where you are, I would have a rack and it has all these different shirts on it. And I just go change out shirts. I'll make 4 pieces of content in one, 4 pieces in another, and I just rip them out. And then I go to my whether you're using a Google Calendar or whether you're using an Excel sheet, whatever it is. From there, once you shoot the content, the only real roadblock is how do you edit the content? Do you have an editor or are you editing yourself?
No, I do myself, but for example, I do it directly on Zoom. I press pause or I prepare it so that I don't have to edit, and it's okay. I mean, I like I'm a live girl, so I like to do things on the road. I prepare, but then I shoot straight, and it's okay. I don't need to edit.
So what do? You open up Zoom and you would just shoot all your content in one
Yeah,
video and then clip out?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've used Opus Clip, for example, and
Yeah.
I've recycled some videos, or I could do that. Yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, I realized I had done. I had tried to use some systems, but I just dropped them. So what I never drop is Google Calendar.
Yeah,
This is
same.
on my bullet journal, and I have Trello on which I keep the IDs. And yeah, I'm gonna use all the systems I use that works for me.
Hmm.
And what I realized with what you said is that I don't have to create another one that
Yeah,
I won't use, but already use what really works and just use it for that and really plan it the way it works for me and
absolutely.
don't reinvent something sophisticated and that I never use. Okay,
So
great.
like that's nice. And then where you're at, I think something you could do in the future here is use ChatGPT to find where you can be more effective. For instance, I don't think you need to
I
use Zoom, and I definitely don't think you need to be making a long form one video with all of your clips in it. It would be far more effective, sorry, efficient if you were to just use like the video recorder on your actual screen, right?
Yeah,
Then, if you were to just make each clip its own video file, because then you don't have to go through the entire video and clip out. Now you're just uploading one video. So once you come up with your system, you can use ChatGPT for this too. This is the kind of stuff it's good at. Find your inefficiencies in the process. Literally ask ChatGPT, say, hey, if you were Steven Spielberg, you were the best video producer ever, right? What order would you be doing this? And then just get really efficient in the process that works for you.
yeah. I'm gonna talk to ChatGPT and ask and tell what I've done, what works for me, what's missing, what I need to do, and how to do it the way I already succeed and what works
Yes.
already for me. Okay,
Yep.
great. Great advice. I don't need something different. Great.
Yep. I think you wanted to talk also. I heard you talk about webinar conversions. Yes? How to get my webinar to convert more?
Uh, well, no, what I meant is that I want, but I'm going to build it, a tool to follow everything because I have to do everything at the same time. I mean, for example, for now, I have some calls and people who booked a call, but I have to prepare. I've prepared a free training, but it's not exactly a perfect webinar, and I want to finish up the slides of the new perfect webinar.
Mhm.
And this is going to be replacing my well, my free training. And I just wanted something to follow up everything. But well, I have to dig in what I'm doing anyway. So no magic tool, just keep the work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
mean, honestly, it does come down to that. Like,
Yeah. And
yeah.
well, I do, but I don't do regularly things. I mean, I had in my studies, I did some finance and all that kind of stuff. So I'm okay with spreadsheets and I keep things, but I don't watch them every week or I follow everything, but I don't have a place where I can find. But I don't have many conversion, all that kind of stuff. I don't need this system for now. So.
Right. Honestly,
Because sometimes planning is when you don't have a lot of things, it takes more time than I'm not at a point where I really need something to follow so many things that I can't. I don't have to prepare a system right now, and know how to prepare for the next step. I'll see when I'm there.
I
Mm.
couldn't agree with that more. I literally
Okay.
couldn't agree with that more, Sarah. I would so much rather somebody go out and knock on 100 doors or call 100 clients or send a
Yeah.
100 Instagram DMs or literally I would so much rather you do that and get yourself in a position, do that until
Yeah.
it's like, oh crap, I 10 people wanted to buy. Now I'm in this problem. Yeah, then
Yeah.
we can go do. Eileen Wilder, I literally could not agree with this more. It's the number one thing I think that I see people do. Honestly, I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings when I say this.
Do
But
it
the
now
number
anyway.
one thing that I see prospective or early on business owners do, it's the number one thing that like I see separates us from the Russells and us. We'll buy a domain, we'll make an LLC, we'll sit behind our computer, we'll look around doing a bunch of research, we'll call three people that day, get three no's, and we'll put the phone down and be like, man, that was a good try. We'll hit it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll run the same follow-up email sequences without checking anything for weeks and months, and we'll run the same ads and we'll do the same things. And like, yeah, it I would so much rather somebody strike out doing than sit in the analysis paralysis or
Yeah.
not doing or talking about, well, what's my upsell sequence going to be? Or what's the best follow up sequence going to be? Who cares? Find what's the best sale thing. So you're right. Just go do that work, find that stuff, and then do it like in person. Try different follow up sequences for each individual person that you have.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, go and do. It's 100% the move.
This is funny because I thought a part of me thought it was messy, whereas this is when I get things done on what I do and how I learn, and this is the good stuff I have to do. But
Yes.
sometimes I stop, and when I stop, it's procrastination and fear actually, and
Yes.
organizing everything to reassure myself instead of doing the things that would bring money and results actually. So yeah, this is
Oh,
crazy.
then
But
go and
yeah,
fly, Sarah. Go and
yeah.
fly. That's actually great. That's good and right and true of you as an
Okay,
entrepreneur.
I'll keep on
How
doing
Russell is,
that.
I'll tell you right now, that's exactly how Russell is, even though he's hired a bunch of us to put in the systems and processes so he can go be himself and we do the other stuff he's not great at. He's still sloppy and messy, as he should be. It should be go, 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 go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
same thing with Todd. Like go and do and go and do and let's make some road. That's okay. We can get over roadblocks, but like cool, we did the thing. Yes, agree.
Yeah, I needed to hear that. Thank you, but really, I really needed to hear that. Okay.
Good. Awesome. You were
And
more than welcome.
maybe at will you do the rest of the perfect webinar? The slide
Um,
or
ooh, I wasn't planning on it, but maybe. Let's see what's going on from 12 to 1 and yeah, I think I had this I think I stopped after secret number 3, didn't I? So we'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
running
So we
Slack and
have
close.
the Slack, yeah, missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, if we have time, I will definitely do that, Sarah. Again, super
Okay.
cool because I did definitely, obviously, didn't look at the slides this morning, so I still haven't looked at them. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, Sarah. Always a pleasure. Patty, you're up next. How can I help?
Great. Can you, it's working fast, being messy, trying to get stuff done. I think I have things done, but because I cloned something, I'm afraid some of my workflows are messed up. Can
Oh,
you
let's
help
take a
me
look.
look at my workflows?
Absolutely, we can. Go ahead. Share your screen, please.
Okay. So I have done as you have recommended here
Ah.
to let me how do you move this thing over here? Okay, so I've got this is the free course and then
Hey, come
yeah.
on. Come on, Patty. This looks great. I love that headline. I
Oh
love
good.
that headline.
All right, thank
I don't
you.
know that I don't know that I yeah, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Okay. And that video will not be stuck on that. It'll roll hopefully.
Autoplay.
Um yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so here's the landing page, and I've got your little mock-up for you. It's as good as I could get it on Canva. But
No, that's
anyway,
great.
I have to make sure the workflows are correct because I'm afraid they're going to sign up and not get the email or not get enrolled, and I'm not sure that I stuck everything in there right. Oh, how do I get out of this
Let
here?
me show you a cool trick. Can you actually go
Okay,
back in your editor? I don't think I've shown this in a while, and it's really effective.
okay,
Great. So anytime you want to move between pages, you can always click
okay.
them on the left-hand side. And anytime that you want to just get out of the editor, you can always just click the blank space.
Okay. And does this words up here copy of squeeze paste? Do I need to edit that? Or I thought I
Uh,
had edited all those out, but it doesn't matter or not matter?
no, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about that. That's actually
Okay.
something that we're going to be changing in the near future as well. So honestly, don't even worry about that.
All right. And then before I forget, like
Uh-huh.
how to like there's different names. Like this
Yeah.
one down here is pain free, this one here is free. And
Yes.
then when I put the email to them, which one of those do I stick in there that gets them access?
Yes, great questions. Okay,
Okay.
so
So, and then here is my
first,
workflow. And I feel like there should be a workflow here too, after, because I then offer them free book a call.
uh-huh.
And then, yeah, they should get an email if they, yeah, book a call. So I
Well,
just, my,
actually, there's some emails that you set up in your calendar, and the calendar is actually going to send their confirmation email. You do
oh,
not need to worry about this workflow. It's just simply done. You have a calendar connected to your whole system. Now, before we go
okay.
into your workflow, let me walk you through domains. This is really and links and URLs and page paths. Super important to note. This top URL. This is what I call your funnel URL. This is the URL that you run traffic to. You have maybe a Facebook ad or an Instagram post or a Pinterest post, right? Whatever it is, all of your traffic runs to this URL so that after it hits that URL, it enters your funnel and goes through step by step to the build you make. You always run your traffic to the funnel URL. Does that make sense?
Yes, got that.
Very cool. So this, you did a great job. Let me delete all of this for now. You did a great job in adding your root domain to the funnel. It is now on your domain. It is now on your brand. Next comes the page path /free. This is the link that you're giving to Facebook. So your funnel URL, we want to be an attractive link. But once they hit that link, again, they go to each page, and each page in your funnel gets its own URL as well, its own page path. So you actually did a really great job in these page paths and changing them up. I just have a little bit of a different trick I want to show you. Are you following me so far on what I'm saying here?
Totally 100%. And I had wanted that little free to be freedom, like pain-free freedom, but then I'd used freedom in something else. And then I was like, oh, this is a free course. I'll just use free. So I left it at that.
I
But
wonder if
whatever you would recommend.
I recommend page paths on funnel URLs and, if possible, on pages as well, but specifically on funnel URLs that we're giving to Facebook. I like for them to be 2 words or less, or yeah, 2 words or less, something sexy, something catchy that's really going to make my customers kind of perk up. Like in this case, I thought neural freedom because you're doing brain freedom. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's your brain frees your body from pain. So I'm all about brain over body.
So
Uh,
like just neural means brain, it's associated with brain. Uh,
yeah, okay.
customers probably know. So like we want to make that something sexy. Free
Okay.
is nice, but what it lacks is my customer. What it lacks is their problem or the solution, right? So
Okay.
that's why I would prefer something like neural freedom, or I don't like brain freedom. I don't think for
Okay.
you and what you're doing, that just sounds odd. I would want to like dumb it down even more. We love talking in a third grade level, even page paths. So like neural freedom might be people might not know what neural is. So if you can make it even easier to understand.
Okay. I can
Anyway,
brainstorm on that.
you make your funnel URL 2 words or less, something sexy and on par with your customer. Now, here's what I like to do with the opt-in page. Because once, let's say you run a Facebook ad takes them to the funnel URL and then in. First off, the reason this is good to do is for split testing. Have you ever run a split test, Patty?
Not yet. I want to get the first thing launched and then I can start to tinker. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, let me show you something really cool with split tests. It's actually built so you can do exactly that. Click your 3 dots on your opt-in page, please,
Okay.
and then split test page.
Okay.
What we're going to do is a duplicate, the exact same thing you have. Nice. So check this out. Now you have a Facebook ad. Somebody clicks that ad, they go to your funnel URL. Now, because they're entering the funnel, they get to go through your split test, where currently you have 100% of traffic running to your control page. This, nobody even sees it. But when you're ready, you can split the traffic. So half of your traffic goes to the control, half of your traffic goes to the test. And you don't have to ever change your ad. It's always going here to the funnel URL. So this allows you, gang, to make changes inside of your funnel, test your customer journey, customer experience without ever having to change URLs in your ads. Does that make sense, Patty?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. So personally, I would recommend that you leave it just like this. This is ready to go.
Okay.
This is ready to launch. Click your split test step for me.
Where is that up here?
Just right here, just click the step right there where it says split test. Yep. And now you'll see a slider. Right now, it's all the way to the left on your control. But you can take
Sure.
that slider when you're ready and you can put it in the middle. And then you'll be running a 50-50 split test. And I know you know the importance of this just for everybody else. When we launch our funnels, it's so important that we're running our split tests, testing different headlines, testing different subheadlines, testing different above the fold things like headline, subheadline, images, and layouts, testing these different things to find what converts the best. So personally, I would say leave it like this, but also if anybody doesn't or still doesn't understand or still has a question about what I'm explaining here and why it's important to do that, please just put a 4 in the chat. But just put a 4 and we'll wrap around to that soon. Anyway, now you're rocking and rolling, Patty, and I wanted to do this because I can really showcase for you the importance of the little hack I want to give you.
Okay.
When you let's just say, can I change you don't have any traffic running, do you, Patty?
No, this is not launched yet. Even though it says live, I was trying to test things. It's not out in the world.
Okay, great. Can we change some page paths here so I can really show this off?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay, great. Let's go to top right, your main funnel settings.
Top right. Okay.
Now, here we have the funnel URL that we're going to run traffic to. Do you know what you want that URL to be like? In your perfect world, what did you want it to be?
I mean, I could say pain freedom, or I could say, let's see, it's rewirepainrelief.com. The whole idea, this free thing is how to talk to your brain when you're in pain. So I also thought like brain talk or brain chat or something, but then maybe that doesn't give a result. So I thought for somehow freedom, getting your life back.
Let's go with neural freedom then, just to start. You okay
Okay.
with that? Because I think pain
Okay.
freedom, you're not going to want to run Facebook ads with that URL.
Good point. Neural freedom.
Beautiful. Now, I want you to highlight and copy that path for me, please. The words. You can, yep,
So it's just the end part.
come again.
You you can't copy the beginning part, the main domain, just the end.
Correct. That's your
Okay.
domain that's attached. And we actually don't even need the domain. We're going to be rocking and rolling just with the path. Let's save that change at the bottom, please.
Okay. Update funnel.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, we just changed our funnel URL up top, our page path. We're going
Okay.
to go change the page paths of each of your control and variation. So click the 3 dots on your control, the first page, your original, excuse me, and then settings at the bottom. Lovely. Let's go to your URL and you can see the page path is right here. The domain is already there because that's the domain you chose for this funnel, right? So all of your steps are using the same domain. We get to edit the path. I want you to paste your path in there, please. Remove what's there and paste. And now it says, uh-oh, you're using the same URL. You can't do that, which you can't. Each URL must be unique to itself. Here's where we do -1,
Okay.
completely different URL. Neural
Okay.
dash freedom and neural-freedom-1, although similar, are completely different URLs. And they're so similar, customers will never know the difference. Now that you've seen this, as you go clicking ads and funnel hacking people, you're going to see this all over the place in their page paths. -1 or -A.
Okay.
Nice. So let's save that. And pop quiz, Patty, if we're going to do the same thing, yep, for your variation, your test, what would you make the page path here?
Yeah, then I can just do this and then -A.
Or -2, because you use
Okay.
-1 on the first.
Okay.
Bingo. Lovely.
Okay.
So, uh, do you have any questions on that?
No, totally good with that. I love it.
Great. Next thing we should hit is your workflow. You were concerned that, well, I want to check out. Actually, I looked at your editor. I looked at the editor and it was a-okay. And you do have a button above the fold, which is great work on that. I can see in the quick preview. Let's check out your workflow and make sure that when people opt in, they're added and everything. Click that green envelope. And
Okay.
it's active. I'm always looking for the words. Is it active or inactive, green or red? It's green. I love to see that. Workflows must be green and enabled. Status top right, status turned on, so that people who go through the workflow, it actually fires for them. You're tagging them. I love to see that. Now, as people opt into this funnel, whoop, they're going to get fired into this workflow. And that's really run by your workflow trigger. Do you understand workflow triggers?
Not totally. I'm not
Let's
totally.
let's
No.
let's run through a trigger. I can teach it to you
Okay.
right now. They're really
Okay.
important because there might be some workflows that you have connected to multiple funnels. So if they opt in on funnel A, funnel C, or funnel F, add them to this workflow. And we can control all of that through triggers. I promise they're not confusing or scary. They just look it. Click your trigger step for me.
Okay.
Okay, so first, we're just gonna go line by line, okay? The first
Okay.
one, oops, let me draw on the right hand side so my thing's out of the way. The first thing is the event type. The event is what event must happen for people to get into this workflow. And the event type here is an opt-in. Great. And then what funnel must these people opt into? And there we see the funnel and the name of the funnel, which I can see right here in the top left is also the name of the funnel that you're using. Great, that's fantastic. The page is pain-free proof course. That probably is the right page because here's the thing, Patty. Close down your trigger really quick. We know that on the left, you clicked on the green envelope connected to this page. So this workflow is connected to this page, and that trigger is just showing you what must they do to get in. And the event was opt-in. So it's like, great, when they opt in to my opt-in page, they get added to this workflow. Does that make a little more sense?
Yes, so I'm assuming that I have the email and the name set on there, and if they press that green button, then it will trigger this.
That's exactly right. In just a moment, we're going to do one final check, and I'm going to show you exactly how to test and make sure this is firing. But yes, you're
Okay.
absolutely right. So now we tag our contacts. Love to see that. We're going to be staying clean and organized. You might have multiple opt-in funnels, especially as an expert like yourself, multiple opt-in funnels for multiple different dream customers and where they're at in the journey, right, to acquire leads. So now you're going to be able to tell who opted into this lead funnel as opposed to who opted into lead funnel B or C or D. Now you're clean, you're organized. Your follow-up sequences are going to be so much easier to make properly because you have been organized. So, in case you're not picking up what I'm putting down, gang, everybody should be having tags as their first step in the workflow. Next, you're enrolling them in a course. So, when they opt into your thing, you're obviously giving them access to a course, yes?
Yes.
Lovely. That's the exact right step that we should have. And have you checked to make sure that it's the right course and the right access yet?
I yes, it's the right one.
Cool. That course I can see on the right-hand side
Yeah,
has one
yeah,
module inside of it, and you're
that's
giving them
correct.
access to the entire course. Great.
Yes.
Awesome. Love that. Okay, next we're sending them an email. I love to see that. And after that, we have a pause step. So let me see, is there anything below pause yet?
I don't think so.
Great, there's not. And tell me, Patty, why did you end it with a pause step?
So that if I come back later to add more emails, I can add them in. Because
Absolutely.
right now my follow-up sequence is one email.
That's perfect, exactly as it should be when we start. Just like with Sarah, I was saying go, go, go. Go get your first lead, and then you have a problem of having to come up with your second email. But until we get our first lead, who cares about what we're doing right now? So you're absolutely right, and I love this setup. Now, last thing I want to check really quick is your email. Let's just make sure that you made your email as you wanted. Edit email.
So Dante, each workflow is connected to a specific funnel.
That's exactly right. Correct. Or your funnel hubs, like your stores and your websites. But yes, any email that is not going to be, you can have standalone emails that are not part of or connected to workflows. That's your email. It's an app in your ClickFunnels account. So if you want to have standalone emails that don't require opting into a funnel or taking an action, or if you just want to send an email to every single person on your list, regardless of whether they bought this product or didn't, or opted in here or didn't, you just want to send a master email to your master list, that would all be done in your email app, left-hand side of your ClickFunnels account. All right, Patty, email looks good, right? Looks like you have everything that you want. You say access the
Okay,
course,
so
and you have the course right there, the URL. That's awesome.
so this course here, though, I just went like on when you set up the courses, there's two different URLs it has. One comes up community/C/
So you want to make
pain
sure that we
free.
have the right URL. Let's do that. This is such a great little exercise just to for launching, for getting it live, right? These are the exact steps you all are going to be doing. Open up a new browser tab, please, Patty.
Okay.
And go to myclickfunnels.com.
Keep typing.
Myclickfunnels.com. Yep, type the whole thing out. Once you type this
Funnels.
once, you'll never have to again. Bingo, myclickfunnels.com.
Okay.
Yep. Because you're already logged into your ClickFunnels account, we're just opening up a new tab. Here, yes, let's go to your
Okay.
courses.
Okay.
I think it's that one. And here we go.
See,
That
do you
URL
see
is your
how
course.
this URL?
Hmm.
Oh, that has changed from before. Okay. So I must have fixed it somehow.
But check this out. Why I always have multiple ClickFunnels tabs open. Go one tab left, back to your what is your email editor. Yep. Look at the path, pain
Okay.
free, right? That is the
Okay.
right URL, isn't it? Rewired pain relief. Let's go back and
Yeah.
check. Click your
Okay.
courses. Rewired pain relief, courses, pain free. Ooh, did it have courses in it? Let's go back and check your email URL. Slash courses slash pain free. That's the exact same
Okay.
URL. You linked it beautifully.
Okay. All
Now,
right. So then I guess the last question is do I need a workflow on the next step down where they book a call? So I am currently in Calendly from my previous platforms, and I'm moving in all my stuff to ClickFunnels. So I feel like I've heard you all have Calendly equivalent here. And I
yep,
won't take time now because I want other people to have a chance to answer or ask questions, but and I can try and figure it out on my own. But then, so you're telling me inside of here, I don't need a workflow if I set up the call follow up through even Calendly will probably do it or through ClickFunnels.
you're exactly right, Patty. You have two options here. You can take your Calendly calendar and you can actually embed it right on your funnel. So if you already have it set up in Calendly and you're like, great, I want to go, 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 it's just as easy as embedding it on your funnel. Or you would set up your calendar inside of ClickFunnels And you're right, you don't need a workflow here. You could use a workflow, but you don't need it because when you set up your calendar, you're going to have automated emails that go out that say, "Congratulations, your appointment has been confirmed." Oops,
Okay.
looks like you missed your appointment, and gets them to follow back up. Those are all inside of your calendar settings. So just by
Okay.
adding the calendar to the funnel, you're going to also get those emails. More than likely, you will not need to add your calendar. But do you want to add your Calendly calendar like today by chance?
I think I can do that because it would just be a go-to and then the Calendly link I stick in the button, right?
Sure, but remember, a chief goal of a marketer is to remove the steps necessary in the process. So that would take them from my funnel over to Calendly. And then they book their
Ah,
call, and now I lose them. They're over in Calendly. Or if you had a dedicated workflow or page sequence over there, but I doubt that you do. It's just a calendar setup, and it would say, "Congratulations, your calendar's been scheduled." And I think it's pretty much done, right? And so now there's another step in the process, and I lose my customer. What I would
okay.
recommend is embedding the calendar right here on the funnel page so they can book an
Oh,
appointment right here. Then they go to my thank you page and I get to control what they're seeing throughout the entirety of the funnel. Does that make sense?
yes, it does. I think
Nice.
a month ago I probably saw you show some other woman, a yoga person, how to do this, but I haven't done it yet.
That sounds about right. Kundalini Kim. That
Yes,
just
exactly her. Yes.
I think, am I in? Let me see. I'm trying to get in mine right now. Um, oh, they updated.
Anyway, I can try and, figure that out and then come back to you next week if I can't figure it out. I want to honor other people's time because
I
I've taken a
appreciate you, Patty. I really
big
do.
chunk.
I was just looking in my own Calendly and I have a free account. I wouldn't pay it, of course, but I think they updated. So anyway, here's what I want to
Okay.
show you. When you go to Calendly, yes, go to Calendly and you're gonna find your embed code. It'll
Yes,
typically
I have
be
seen
like,
that before.
okay,
Yeah.
great. Typically, you find that by like share, the share area. But anyway, once all you're going to do is copy the code from Calendly, then come back to this page and you're going to add an element. You're actually queued up, ready to do that perfectly.
Okay.
And I want you to type JS. Remember, your
Uh,
search is always enabled as soon as you click add element. That is it right there. That's our Java element. You're going to
Okay.
copy the code from Calendly and then here, click that button for me. Nice. Now click on your funnel. Big thing to note, wherever you put this button in your funnel is where the calendar will display. If you put it as the very first thing at the top of the funnel, then the very first thing they see is your calendar. So easy, it's just dragging just like any other element. Put this
Okay.
where you want it to show up, right? Super simple. But click that Java for me, please. Nice. Open code editor and just paste your code. That's it.
Got it.
Now it's
Okay.
embedded and you keep the customer.
Okay. I love it. And then I have to do a thank you page after that then
I would, and you actually
in
already have
my
one. You already have
in
one.
my thing. Okay. So I've got to then just edit that. Perfect.
Right, because I
Okay.
don't ever want to dump customers off, right? Especially after they opt in. They opt in, they say yes to me. Anytime a customer's on an opt-in page, they or an order form or a sales page or any page, they have all power. They can just leave at any time. They don't need to read what I'm saying. They don't need anything from me. So when they opt in, though, or when they order or when they register for a webinar, when they do the thing, they give me all power. They don't know what to do next. Think about it. When you're a customer and you go through a process like this and you book a call with somebody, after you book the call or after you schedule the appointment, they confirm the appointment for you and they tell you what to do next, right? Because the customer doesn't know. So, yes, send them to a thank you page. Here's what to do next. There's other ways that we can add offers into that thank you page. And it's like, hey, while you wait, do you want to grab this ebook? You know, maybe you have an ebook that you sell for 4.97. And it's like, grab this ebook. It's only 18 pages, but it'll transform the way you look at pain and you understand your brain. Oh, great. So now we're making sales off. There's so many things we can do, but yes, make a thank you page, control that customer journey step by step by step, and think of it like your customer. I'm going to show you how to test your funnel in just a second, but everybody should be doing this. This is a great thing for us to be talking about. It's the hardest thing for us to do. It's a skill set that we build over time. It really is. But going through our funnel like a customer, right? Not like the person who built the funnel, not like the person that knows every single aspect, going through like a customer, having the true eyes of a customer, because then we're able to find things like, oh man, I scheduled an appointment, but then nothing, I was just like dumped on this page. And as we start looking at it and thinking of it that way, we increase and improve our customer journey. And that's all funnels are. It's a custom tailored customer journey. We have to pay attention to that. Such a good question there.
Good. Yeah, I just have to figure out how to test this. So, and I can give like a link to a friend or somebody, or try and use another email. I know you've got some secret of putting like numbers before the at Gmail. So I've got to do that so I can find out that it actually gets me all the way through.
Well, let me show you that and let's talk about that, Patty. I don't know what you ate or drank this morning, but do it again because you are just hitting everything on the head. This is perfect. Before
Okay.
you give your funnel to your friend, I really want you to put Microsoft Clarity on the funnel.
Okay.
You're familiar with Microsoft Clarity, yes?
I have heard of it. I've seen you work with other people, but I've thought that's nice to have after I get the darn thing launched. And so
Nope.
I was thinking I gotta just get it out there first.
And I love that you just said that so much, Patty. Let me grab this. I love that you just said that. Microsoft Clarity is great to have before or as you launch. Gang, I don't want you to send a dime of traffic. I don't want you to send one person to your funnel. I know I always say, go, 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 be sloppy, be messy. Yes, but we are funnel hackers. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. We make data driven decisions. We don't try and pull from the ether. We don't rely on our brain. We don't rely on what we're thinking. We only make data driven decisions from our customers and then pulling out their wallet or them taking the action with us. And when we really only focus on that and making data driven decisions, our conversions always rise. So, clarity allows you to get data. It is unbelievably important to have on the funnel. You get to watch
Okay.
the screen recordings of people on your funnel. So, like, I've done this before, Patty. I've sent somebody my link and then I've said, hey, man, give me a call after and let me know what you thought. Right. And it's like, did you find any problems? Did you find any hiccups? And
Ah, right. I
it
got you.
never gives me any good data. They
Right.
don't even know what to say to me. They don't even know
I
what they're
got you.
looking
Right.
at, right? And
Yeah.
they're just a customer, so they can't even really report to me what worked, what was good, what they didn't like. But if I put clarity on the funnel and then I send it to my buddy and I say, "Hey man, let me know what you think." I
Right.
give him a call afterwards and he can say whatever he wants. And it's like, cool, man. Well, thank you so much for doing it. I watched him. I saw what you did. I saw everything. That gives us real, true data. Does that make sense?
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I don't know
So
what
get it
trades
all
is doing,
ready
Patty, but you're
and
killing
then,
it.
okay, get it all ready. And then before I share it, get clarity on it and
Yes.
then launch. Got you.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm putting a link in the chat right now for everybody. You'll be able to see it when you're done sharing, Patty. It's a little walkthrough on setting up clarity, getting it added to your funnel. It's super, super simple.
Okay.
Last thing I want to show you now is how to test this funnel. So on the left-hand
Okay.
side, click your control step.
Okay.
Nice. Before we go test, let's just go look at your button. Scroll me down.
I don't know why it's doing that.
It's just reloading. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So
That first
that
button scrolls
button,
then down.
I
That's
had
great.
it scroll to this one.
And most importantly, your button here is set to submit. I can see it submit by the little text
Okay.
at the bottom left of it. Anytime we collect customer information, whether it be an opt-in or an order form, anytime we collect customer information, we must submit it with a submit button. So that is absolutely perfect. Let's test it out now, Patty. Preview in the top right.
Okay. Preview
It's
top
the eyeball.
right.
Nice.
Okay.
Great. I'd like you to click the button below your video. So your video is not set to autoplay. I can tell because the play
Ah,
button came up and it is not auto playing. But by the
ah,
way, great thumbnail. I love the thumbnail. It feels a
ah.
little busy with the doctor running on the right-hand side, but honestly,
Yeah.
I think I'm nitpicking here. I think that's a really great thumbnail, and you did an awesome job choosing a frame that you're excited to be there, right? That people that makes me want to click it literally just from a thumbnail. So awesome work there. But click your top button. Let's see where it scrolls us.
Click this button.
Yes.
Oh,
Hmm.
so
Scrolled us up. So, like me, as much as I do use AI in calendars, I also am a huge fan of scratch paper. When I'm testing like this, I have a notepad next to me and I just write down the things I find that are wrong. So I click that button, it scrolled me up. I would literally just put a note, opt-in buttons, scroll. Personally, that's
okay.
how I do it. But
All
again,
right. So
you
I'm
find
getting an
what works
F.
for you.
I'm getting an F minus in test so far.
No, you're not. You're getting an A plus because you found this, and before we launched it, before anybody interacted with it, we fixed the problem. So now we're launching
Okay.
a funnel that works and is good for our brand. A plus. But let's scroll down. Let me just see. Are there any other buttons anywhere else on this funnel that we should?
This is the one I was meant to
That's it. So
scroll
we're
to.
rocking. Now check it out. Your email auto filled. So I
Uh,
imagine you've probably opted into this funnel before. Let's use a unique contact. Only what I'm going to show is called unique email testing. And only you guys, as the admins, have to experience this. Your customers will never experience this. Only you. But I want to make sure that when I opt in here, a contact is created. They are tagged. My workflow is doing the things I set up. So to do that, we just want to make a new contact. Wait a minute, Dante, are you telling me that I have to have 50 emails just to be able to test my business and I have to go check all 50? No, not at all. There's a really cool trick called unique email testing. What this does is this basically signals to ClickFunnels, and this works in any software. This is more of a Google thing than a software thing. But basically, I can make my same email new and unique every single time. Let's set it up, Patty. After the O and before the at sign, correct. I want you to put a plus. Plus starts a unique email tag, which is what this is doing. So once you put a plus, it starts the unique email tag as Google and everything sees it. Yes. And you can put any sets of letters and numbers that you would like. So on our initial tests like this, Patty, I like to use just simple numbers. Have you ever done this before?
no.
So I know you haven't used anything. Let's make it just plus one.
Okay.
So on my first initial tests, I'll be more than happy to be a little sloppy here. I'll just put plus one. Next, once you use a set of letters and numbers, you cannot use them again until you delete that contact from your ClickFunnels account, which is common to do as well. Find all the
Right.
contacts of yourself and delete them every month or so, right?
Okay.
So once you use plus one, you can't use it again. You'll have to use a new one. Plus two, plus three, plus one, plus one, two, three.
Okay.
In my initial testing, I use simple numbers like that. But
Okay.
once I'm in my final tests, I like to use a tag of plus final test one, plus final test
Okay.
two. These are tags I rarely use. I know that I'm doing this on final testing, so I'm not going to ever have a tag that I'm reusing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Amazing. So check it out. Let's opt in. Now we have a unique email. We're going to opt in. We're going to do the thing. Awesome. We're there. We're on our thank you page. What's that button do? Click here for instant access. So you're delivering the thing that you promised me. You're confirming the thing. I love that, Patty. That's how a real thank you page should be. Um,
Oh Lord, is
Look at
it?
that. It's okay. It's okay. A plus. A plus. Look who didn't run an iota of traffic to this. Look who avoided another roadblock. Look who avoided another mistake. A plus. Notepad to my right. I write down
Okay.
thank you page top button broken.
I think that's because first of all we changed the name, but I think I had not put in the
Course URL.
URL because I had had two different URLs and I wasn't sure, and I was going to ask you. So now we have proven that
There it
that was,
is.
yeah. Okay.
You did perfect.
All
So
right.
let's go down now. Keep going. You're obviously going to change that button. Click here to
Yeah.
book your free. Okay, great. And that's not ready yet, correct? You
That
have
is not ready yet. Yeah.
no worries. Then we're not. I'm not even worried about that. We're testing opt-in functionality. So the big
Okay.
things that you need to fix here: button on the opt-in page needs to scroll
Yes.
properly. On the thank you page, your course button, you need to put in the right course URL. And then you're ready
Yeah.
to do the thing. You're rocking and rolling.
Okay. Perfect.
Again,
All right.
great job avoiding the issues, Patty. I mean, thanks for letting us do that because I hope you guys let me know in the chat if you've already gone and done this for your gone and done that sort of testing on your funnels because it's really important. We have to test like that every time. So now let's go see the results of our test. Go to your other ClickFunnels tab, please. It's your rightmost tab. Lovely. Let's go to your customers, contacts. Oh, and there we are, +1.
Oh, didn't tag me either. Gosh,
Oh, that's
Dante.
okay. That's okay. Let's wait and
For
see.
the love of God.
A lot of times the tagging just doesn't show up immediately. I'm actually not concerned seeing this. You can reload the browser really quick.
All right. Anyway, I can work on it over the weekend to get that.
It's okay. We know we need to check these things. This is part of testing. So click the contact name for me, the email there. Yeah, let's go into the contact profile. I don't see a tag on them. Very interesting. Let's go look really quick at their marketing tab. Yep. No workflow runs, which is so interesting to see because when they opt into my page, they should be added to a workflow. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's my main thing of have I set up the workflow right? I obviously not. So,
Go back to overview.
okay.
Click back on your breadcrumbs top left. Interesting, and it still wasn't there. I want to go look at that really quick. Let's go back to your funnel,
Okay.
please. It's your other tab
Okay.
already there.
Oh, sorry. Here?
Okay. Yep, you're just getting used to it. Okay. Let me go back down on this page. Let me see. I want to double check your button. So just scroll down on this page right here on the funnel. Yep.
On the page that we're currently on, go down.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Scroll down.
Oh, so one was the scroll that sent me the wrong direction, but this one said submit. So
Correct.
maybe I'm submitting to the wrong thing?
Nope, you're not. I can tell that your button is set to submit because the contact was created. I just wanted to double check that,
Oh, right.
make sure I wasn't losing my marbles. But the contact was created. So the opt-in functionality worked. The back
Ah,
end is what did not fire. So now let's exit the editor top left. Now let's go check that out. You have 100% of your traffic going to that page. You have the workflow connected. Click that workflow step. It is active. That's fantastic. The status is on. Let's turn the status off really quick.
uh,
Yes,
hit.
disable, disable. Okay, and let's turn the workflow back on. Great. As I look at your quick workflow steps, I'm still seeing 0, 0 under the steps. So nobody's been through these steps. Nobody's gone through the workflow.
Oh,
That is
yeah, you're right.
unbelievably interesting. Let's just go try and opt in again really quick. Click any exit top left. Yep. Preview this page.
Okay, preview.
Yes. Let's go opt in with a new unique email tag.
Okay, so I go skip the top one that's wrong, go to this one, and then I'll do like 1, 2.
Or I would just do +2.
Okay, plus 2. Okay,
Bingo. Okay.
okay.
We're there.
Now to this one.
The rightmost browser tab.
Okay, customers,
Yes.
contacts.
Bingo.
Oh, still not tagged.
I really have to wonder if this is server time. So, reload the browser.
I feel like there was someone recently who had this kind of glitchy problem, and then you ended up telling him to just speak to customer support.
And I might be telling you that here. Click the new patty, the +2.
Yeah.
I don't see any tags. Go to your marketing tab, please.
Okay.
Wow, go to your activity tab, please.
Oh, what's this?
So the opt-in fired, but why would the back? Patty, for this one, I am actually going to have you get with the support team. I definitely want them to take a look.
Okay.
This is like crazy rare. Uh, okay,
Okay.
good,
So
good thing
like
we tested.
make a little loom of this and
Yes.
or just get onto their live chat with a human being.
I think even if you're going to do a live chat, it's always best to make a loom. Like you already have the tabs
Okay.
pulled up, and you could literally show them exactly what we just did. Say I have this workflow connected to the funnel, and it's just not firing.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Wow,
All
super
right.
interesting. But aside from that, support's either going to get one of two things are going to happen here, Patty. Support's going to find out what's going on. They might say it's escalated, in which case they're putting it to the devs, and that means that we're going to fix it so it never happens again. But that's going to take probably like a week for you to get a fix. So if it escalates to devs, thanks for sharing it. What I would do is I would just go to your current email, copy and paste the words in the email, does and then make a new workflow. Basically, I'm just saying make a new workflow. Stop using
Okay.
workflow, make a new one. Don't worry about them being like, oh, we're gonna fix it. Yours is super short, super simple. Make a new one, copy and paste, easy peasy.
Oh, okay. And you think the second one would work?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
it's just glitching for some reason.
That is wild.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Okay.
I haven't seen that in like 2 years.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so sorry. Thank you, everyone else, for your patience. I hope it helped many people to see that.
I'm
All right.
sure that it did. I'm sure that was a
Okay.
great little session. Thanks for those questions.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful gang. So now we are in the 12 to 1 slot. We have Expert Friday here. Russell's away out of office working on some really cool projects for us. However, I am here excited to be with you guys and really dive into your one-to-many presentations. So I know that you guys have your hands up. I have everything marked in my brain here really quick. I'm just going to lower all hands. Where is that? Come here. Where did it go? Oh, did they change this? Of course they did. Sorry, really quick. Wow, that's wild. I can't believe it. I can't find the lower all hands button. I've been in Zoom for however many years. Um, okay. Well, look at me go. I'll figure it out. But anyway, we're going to dive into expert questions only. So if you do not have an expert question, please just go ahead and lower your hands and we're going to dive in. So anybody with any sort of expert questions, anything on one-to-many presentations, whether it's your registration page and we're not getting enough registrants or we're getting enough registrants and we need to work on the webinar itself, maybe look at your stack and close, your 3 secrets, whatever your questions are, I'll be more than happy to answer those. If we don't have any questions, we can also do a little webinar ourselves. The past couple weeks, I've been doing a webinar we used to do for the past 8 years here at ClickFunnels. I used to do it, but I haven't done it in like 4 years, and I haven't even looked at it in 4 years. So I pulled it up a while ago, and I was like, "Oh man, this webinar! I wonder if I should do it as an example." And it's been going very well because I don't know this webinar. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do know this webinar. I actually know this webinar by heart, and it's kind of what I'm trying to show off here is I see a lot of people that doing their webinars when it comes to the webinar itself, they're not hitting the right beats. They're not hitting the right tones. They don't have the right energy and they don't have the right flow. And that's what perfect webinar is. Like, gang, okay, Let me give you a little glimpse into life. Let's say you're at a dinner with Russell Brunson, and it's been a fantastic dinner. It's been a 2 hour long dinner, just full of laughs and joy, and everybody's guards are down. And you look at Russell and you say, what's the real best reason? What's the real secret behind the perfect webinar? And he, while taking a bite of a monster steak, just goes, oh, it hits all the right beats. Easy. Like that's the perfect webinar, hits the right beats. It has the right psychological triggers built into it. It has the right secrets built into it, yes, but it's just hitting the right beats. And being an attractive showman is also the greatest showman, sorry, is really important to perfect webinars. So if we have some time after, I'll be more than happy. Today we were hitting a stack and close. So if we have time, we'll hit the stack and close for the perfect webinar. But first and foremost, I want to make sure I have all questions answered. So if you have an expert question, please make sure to raise your hand. Let's start with Ryan. Hey, Ryan, great to see you.
Hey man, how are you?
Living the dream.
So I'm definitely on the expert track, and I had questions about my funnel, like
Sure.
how to split test the sales page for different hooks and titles, because the only way I can do it now is by making sales, right? And I'm just not making a lot of sales. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering, is there another way for me to test my headlines on that sales page without relying just on sales?
Maybe. Can you share your screen with me, please?
Sure.
Okay, I just need to look at your build. So you're going sales page to order form.
Yes. But like this, my sales page and order form are all on one here. So it's really easy at the top when they come in for me to test my headline, because both of these are the exact same. And then I see what percentage of people go to page two, which has my 5 minute webinar and then my checkout and everything. So on these, if I wanted to test the headlines and subheadlines, how can I do that without relying on sales only? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
You can't because that's
Yeah, that's what I figured.
the objective of the page, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry you can't.
Okay. I kind of figured that. I just thought I'd ask you. And the other question was, like, when I'm looking at clarity and I'm seeing like where there's like deep blue, right? On the heat maps, and where people are spending their attention, like they're just going right past all of that.
Mhm.
Would you suggest me just like cutting out some of those pieces and just keeping the stuff that people are really focusing on?
Probably, to an extent. I would probably more so say swap as opposed to cut. This is where like I'd be funnel hacking a lot of my competitors, and I'd be looking at the section blocks that they have on their funnel. Do they have an about me section? Do they have what does their stack look like? What are their like some stuff maybe you can cut. It's 2025 and going forward, we want to be able to say the most amount of words, the most things in the least amount of words. Right. For a lot of people, long form sales letters have been tough for years and they are tough now. If you're Agora and you've mastered them, then you're smashing it. But we want to be short, sweet, and concise as much as possible, while also making sure that we have enough things on the funnel that are answering the questions of our customer. So this is all natural. It's part of funnel building. There might be some stuff that you can swap, but that you can cut, but probably it's more so things that you should swap. Um, what kind of areas? Like, can you show me, preview one of your pages and show me the areas that people are not like, where's the drop off? You have red, orange, and then where's the interest just dying?
Yeah, I can show you on the
Cool.
funnel. So here's the top.
Okay.
where my 5-minute webinar is.
Wow, and
And
just note the top is not red. So your scale is at the very bottom, the most attention to the least attention. It's just right down here for everybody else watching. And typically what I'm used to seeing, Ryan, is when I'm looking at the top of a heat map, it's red. That's where the most
okay.
attention is, right? Wow, interesting. Keep going.
And I have two different versions of this exact same page because I was testing the headlines on the first page. And if I go to the other one, it's a little bit better. It's like completely different, the color structure, even though they're the same page.
Have you watched videos for this, Ryan?
See, like this one's red.
Okay.
I have.
Go keep scrolling me down though, all the way, just like you were. You can go fast. That was great. Keep going. Keep going. I'm literally not even looking at your funnel. I'm just looking at the map on the right. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Go down a
And
little bit.
both of those
Go
pages were
down.
the same exact page
Yes, go down a
because,
little bit.
yeah,
A little more. Go to where it's red on the heat map on the right. It's just a little bit lower. It's just a little bit lower. There. I don't know why you're red right there. Number one, they're seeing screen share videos, so I would probably be trying to change my verbiage on that. I wonder if screen share videos isn't like descriptive enough. I'd probably have like backstage recordings or green room record, like back VIP pass recordings, something like that, because people might not know screen share, right? It's just like it's awesome to see their intent on that. So that's customer intent that as they're scrolling this stack, they're all stopping there. So it's like, oh, great, they like that. What, and then keep looking through what things are they not stopping on? Like I see some on the heat map on the right, some yellow, some yellow. So that's less intent. But anyway, what I'm really interested in here, stay right down here. On this first recording you showed me, it was orange up top, but then
yeah,
it was red on your order form. So scroll me down a little more on this page. A little more, a little more. It was red right here. And here
yeah,
on this, you're blue. So first thing I wonder is, are your buttons set differently? Is the button on this page that I'm looking at, is that scrolling them to the wrong place? I also wonder if the red on the heat map, I'm wondering if your button on this page is scrolling them to there in the stack instead of the order form like on your other. Does that make sense to you why I'm thinking that?
yeah, I can double check that. I basically, just copy and pasted these to be the same. Um, but I can double check that. I'm pretty sure all my buttons go right to here, which is I added this new subtitle right above the information. So all the buttons should go right here.
Okay, cool. Definitely want to double check that. Now, are you watching recordings of this?
Yeah.
Are you seeing a lot of people click your top button?
No. A lot of
No.
people scroll through.
Okay, so hook, then. I would say we need to work at our hook. Looking at these last two heat maps of your two pages, there's not look at what happens. Red to blue. So remember, above the fold is super important. So they're hitting your page and you're capturing their attention for probably 5 to 10 seconds. They're reading all the words that you're saying, and then they're given a hard thumb flick and they're scrolling and they're just seeing what pops up there and if it catches their eye. And it's not, because look at the next block of blue. It's as big as the block of red. So they're giving a
Hmm.
hard thumb flick trying to move down. Something that you're saying from ad to sales page to this page, something is off. Congruency has to be off here. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you think I should take out these reviews since I have some reviews on the first page?
I I would tweak my above the fold before I change that order yet. Again,
Okay.
I honestly I haven't even looked at your headline yet. I'm just looking at blue. I would definitely tweak the above the fold. Or sorry, I'm just looking at the heat map. I would definitely tweak the above the fold because it really doesn't matter what's there. Like so customer intent is at the top of the page and they're flicking hard and it almost doesn't matter what's there. Like you have customer reviews, but they're not flying by the customer reviews because they don't care about them. They're flying by the reviews because of what they're seeing in the above the fold. Interest is already being lost as soon as we got them. Is that making sense?
Yeah. So this red here where they're spending a decent amount of time at, I'm losing them there in the video.
Yeah, put your mouse back on there. What's the average time spent there? Put your mouse back. Yeah.
30
32 seconds.
seconds.
So they're definitely watching your video too. They're definitely watching your video. And yes, so I would be going and looking at the first minute of my video and probably trying to tweak that. Maybe the
Okay.
hook in the video isn't strong enough. But the above the fold needs to be tweaked because I want to see red up here on the graph, and then I
Hmm.
want to see a slow trickle to orange, and then yellow, and then maybe green, and then blue. When I'm seeing red to blue like that, that means they're sitting here, and whatever you're saying in the first 30 to 60 seconds of the page is causing them to hard flick fast and go right past everything. And so interesting, the rest of the red is all the way down there at order form. So definitely check your buttons, but it is the above the fold. Let's take a look at your headline. Your easy steps to a work from anywhere life. I help driven professionals create a life filled with travel and adventures. Nice. Nice. Okay. Um yeah, that's not terrible, but I guess as we look at it, where's the dream customer in there? It all comes
Driven
down to
professionals.
yes, driven professionals in the sub headline. Yes, 100%. But have you heard me talk about dinner table conversation, Ryan?
Um, yeah, what are my dream customers talking about at the dinner table?
Yes, yes. So, dream customer on your funnel is very similar to that, right? Like just saying driven professionals, it is good. It is an awesome first step to driving into our dream customer, but it's not really going to resonate with any one person. I personally, especially when starting out like this, I would so much rather try and resonate with a person instead of a whole group. It's the riches are in the niches because once I try and resonate with a person, right, like maybe your dream customer because there's a lot of different driven professionals. Yes, Ryan, some of them are engineers, some of them are developers, some of them are also weightlifters, some of them are also professional gamblers. There's a ton of driven professionals out there. So out of all the driven professionals, which ones do you want to work with? And I would rather see a headline that is really speaking to that one customer. You know, uh, uh, I help, uh, uh, I help electrical engineers. I help tradesmen. I help digital creators. Like a little more dream customer in there. And I would also say by looking at heat maps, we need to invoke more curiosity. There's not enough curiosity being invoked because they feel like they know the answer. Because after they're watching 30 to 60 seconds of this or reading this, they're scrolling hard. So they already feel like they know what is going on. They already feel like they know the answers to everything and we're losing interest. We need to invoke more curiosity where it's like, "Ooh, I gotta watch next." Have you ever seen V-Shred or heard of V-Shred, the health and wellness company?
No.
Okay, man, they did an amazing job. That's Tanner Childster, and he's hyper successful. He's done a great job, but they did such a good job with webinar ads, and they invoked a tremendous amount of curiosity Everybody probably saw their ads like 5 years ago or something. And they were just invoking curiosity in everything that they did. The number one superfood for men that you don't have in your diet, right? And that was their ad. And then the headline was the number one superfood for men that you're missing from your diet and how you can boost your testosterone with one simple tweak. Right. And then it was a video talking about how important this one thing was to learn and how it's going to have these amazing effects on your life. It was all just stacking curiosity on top of itself. And I think that's what we're really missing here. Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Because once we have that heat map's got, it's going to look a lot different. So definitely focus above the fold. Definitely watch recordings. See exactly what people are doing. You're probably going to see those hard scrolls in the recordings.
Okay.
So interesting. What else? What other questions do you have today, Ryan?
That's it, man.
Okay, cool. Scroll down on the graph on your left-hand side. Scroll down. Are most of your
Six.
sorry, the very left-hand side over here. Are most of your customers on mobile so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And this looks really good on mobile, so you've definitely optimized for it.
Yeah, it's like 80% are mobile.
Uh-huh. Great. Okay, great. Great. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Yep. Okay, definitely, Ryan. Above the fold. Keep tweaking it. Keep running those split tests. You're going to be A-okay, my friend.
Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, man. Next is Adrian. Great to see you, Adrian. How can I help today?
Hi, how are you doing? So
Good
I have a
morning.
couple of questions.
Cool.
So my first question is, do you have something as far as an example, as far as how to set up clarity? Like,
Yeah.
is there a video?
Yes, there is. I'll put this in the chat for you right now.
And then one for how you tag your customers?
Tagging customers is done in the workflow. Have you created a workflow yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, cool. Tagging customers, sending emails, adding them to courses, all of those actions are done in the workflow. Do you want to set up a workflow really quick?
No, because I'm in the doctor's office right now. I don't have
Cool.
time to do that. And
No
then
worries.
my other question is, I think a couple of weeks ago you mentioned that you knew somebody that's pretty good in Facebook. So I kind of like screwed up my Facebook personal and business account and my mega suites. So I really need to kind of like sit down with somebody that really knows that so we can get it figured out because I'm about to create my third pixel, and it's like when I go there, everything is all messed up.
Okay. So you need help with ads?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, I just put another link in the chat for you. If you click that on your phone, which I'm sure you're on, that'll open up a tab for you, but it's how to add the tag step. It's just a help doc, so you don't have to watch or do anything. Use it when it's convenient for you. Yes, I can get you help with that. I do have a guy. Shoot me an email. It's just Dante@clickfunnels.com. I'll connect you guys.
Okay. Can you put that in the chat for me, please? Your email address.
Yes.
And then my last question is, I did purchase a domain
Nice.
some kind of way through ClickFunnels. And I want to make sure that I can go back and maybe create another email address so that I can use that domain in my email so that all the emails from my funnel when they sign up will go to that email address instead of the email address currently that I'm using. I can do that, right?
Yes. Well, to be clear, you bought a new domain through ClickFunnels, yes?
Yes.
So that's through Ionos.
Yes.
Professional emails are purchased either where you bought the domain or outside of where you bought the domain. Like I buy my emails through Namecheap. They have a super cheap email. It's like $8 and I can hook it into my Ionos domain. But it's a pretty small decision to be honest, Adrian. An Ionos email is I think like $10. So it's
Okay.
$2. I would just go to Ionos, make a new email. You need to create the actual email itself. Then once you do, yes, you can easily add that to your ClickFunnels account. And were you asking about like forwarding? So when somebody emails that new professional email, it actually goes to a different inbox?
No, I was talking about as far as when my customers opt in.
Yes, so they opt into that funnel and they get an email from that email of that business.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. Just by your email in Ionos. Once the
Okay.
email is created, you can simply add it in your ClickFunnels account.
Okay. All right. Thanks. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, Adrian. Have an awesome day.
All right. Thanks. You just say.
Viviana's next. Hey, Viviana.
Sorry, hold on a second.
Hey, okay.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Just one click. I keep clicking like several times. Okay.
There it
So
is.
last week I actually sat down with customer service and they didn't help me.
Oh, come on now.
Well, no, they did help me, but it's not what I wanted. So
Let's
we
see.
were talking about let's I know you know help a lot of people, so let me just recap. My question was if I run and actually I posted this question everywhere in Facebook. I'm running a campaign and I wanted to run also several webinar times so people could, you know, opt in for the seminar. And so the cost, not all customer service are created equal. That's why it's like they're really helpful, but not all of them have the same level of knowledge. And so I just ran with someone super helpful, lovely person, but it's not what I wanted. What am I sharing my? Okay, so
Yes.
this is me with ChatGPT. What I wanted to do is this is the option that ChatGPT gave me is running a time that it is more, and it says that this was kind of like Russell Brunson was doing. I don't know because no one answers this question. So I want to go back to you. How did Russell Brunson run several webinars in a day with paid ads and one funnel? That is the question that I have. So I'll let you answer before I try to explain what I tried to do.
Let me see something really quick. What you want?
So I'm running my campaign and I'm thinking the journey is like this. They go into the opt-in page and I want to show at least 2 times. So that's kind of like what I was trying to do here. Like, hey, because at the beginning I said 3 times. I want to do 11, 3, and 6 p.m.
Yes.
And then ChatGPT told me, no, more options. It's not sometimes not so good. So I was like, okay, so just go to with 2 options. So, but at the beginning, what I wanted to do was just kind of like the opt-in, save my seat registration page, and to take them to buttons that will trigger, you know, the login for the webinars that I had created. But what the customer service did was after the registration page, it took them, it triggered a page with all the webinars from Zoom. And that's not what I want. I want to show them like a recurring webinar with 30 webinars because then they're not going to show up. So I was like, yeah. So I ended up deleting, you know, that workflow. And since I'm not very familiar with workflow tags and triggers, like I have to now study those, I have no clue how to do it. And I've been going to all the community groups in Facebook, in ClickFunnels. How did Russell Brunson did it? Where is the freaking webinar? Give me that template. That's exactly what I want. Give me the template. And no one has been able to help me. So I'm going back to you, Dante.
So I agree. Just running 2 webinars is probably a much better decision. Um, can we go back to
But
your
this is not connected to anything. These are just buttons that are like not triggering anything.
right?
And this timer is just a registration timer that it will, I said, like, this is what ChatGPT was like, all right, pretend you're Russell Brunson and walk me through the process of tutor me on how to do this. So this was the solution, but I don't know if this is what he did. And I was expecting for him to show up today and tell me his magic secret. What is the magic secret? How do you run several webinars in one day with one, you know, with one campaign?
Let me see if I can figure this out really quick.
Dante, you're saying don't do this? You do it with 2 separate funnels? Is that what you said originally?
Um,
That's what customer service said. And I was like, I'm not running two campaigns with two different links, but that's what Lily, that's what, exactly what customer service said.
right, because then you would have to be running ads for a webinar for 11 a.m. and then new ads for a webinar at 6 p.m. and that is not
Got it.
gonna work,
And
right?
then
What
it
what she
becomes way
wants
more
here,
expensive
Lily,
for us.
just to catch everybody up, because I'm really a big fan of what Viviana's doing here, especially with her webinar. I think at this point, we all know that webinars are really iterative processes. We know that Russell, when he was doing his webinars and how he still makes them today, is he does a webinar and then he watches the recording and he looks at the chat and he sees what people are saying. And then he takes that and he iterates and he iterates and he iterates. So, what Viviana's trying to do is she's trying to do two webinars every Thursday. She wants to get more data at a quicker pace so she can make faster iterations and get to higher conversions quicker. So what we really want is one page here that customers can opt in, and there'd be a drop down where they can choose the time that they want to opt in for, either 11 a.m. or 6 p.m.
Hmm.
Uh,
So if they click on this link and registered, then the thank you page is going to trigger the timer with that webinar. And they, or if they click the 6 p.m., it will trigger the timer with that webinar. So it will be two thank you pages with different timers. And the other thing that I want to do, because as I said, I follow the one channel away challenge. And it
mhm.
is just like extremely simple. And then after that, I was like, wait. So every time I have to reset this manually, I don't want to be resetting. I'm going to be busy taking care of customers and trying to figure out the other parts of my business. This has to be done. Like this needs to be resetting automatically. This is not something that I want to do, or is that something that I have to do and just prepare myself mentally that it is part of the process?
No, it is part of the process. It is part of the
Reset
process.
it manually. So it's not a way that these will kind of like reset every time, like every um Monday or Sunday, it will start kind of like the new time. Well, I think this timer that I'm showing here, if I did it right, which I'm not sure, because again, it was like ChatGPT was tutoring me and I'm completely new at this. So it's like I have no clue if I did it right or not. What ChatGPT was saying is like this timer is only 2 hours and it resets every time that someone opens the page. But it is a timer, it's not for the webinar. So it's kind of like the registration timer. I don't know if that's actually that effective, not showing the date. But
Okay, a registration timer is really only effective if you have a bonus that they're going to get when they register.
okay, so this is not the path that I want to do.
Well, pr probably not. And it's just take out the timer. What I'm curious about is if we can.
No timer, no urgency. That's what ChatGPT told me to. So I haven't have the timer.
That's
Uh,
correct, but then so yes, that's correct and that's real marketing. But then what happens if somebody reloads the browser? Like what happens if somebody knows 1% of how technology works and they hit back and then they hit forward and they come back to the page. Now the
we
timer's
will
reset.
reset again to two
And don't
hours.
customers, how much do you hate fake urgency and scarcity? I'm sure you've encountered it before. It
Yeah.
irks most customers. So
No, and I'm
that's
thinking if I'm running ads, probably people are going to see this timer a couple of times, and every time that they click in, so is a 2 hour timer on Monday, a 2 hour timer on Tuesday, a 2 hour timer. So it's not running much urgency. I also thought, but again, so I'm so new to ClickFunnels, and believe me, like I spent hours and hours just like trying to. It's so funny, just like one button, and it's like 3 hours to fix that button.
that
So efficient.
is how it goes. What I would recommend, Viviana, is I would add a lead magnet. Have you heard me talk about sawdust in the past?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Pretty much every business in the world has sawdust, and if they don't, they're going to very soon have sawdust. So what does a carpenter do? A carpenter buys a giant hunk of wood. He shapes it, cuts it, twists it, and molds it, and turns it into something desirable that other people pay him money for. But in the process of cutting that wood, what does he do? He creates sawdust. It's still wood, it's still the product that he purchased. It's just a little different than when he first got it as a giant tree. So for years, carpenters said that's just the cost of doing business. I cut the wood, I make sawdust, I sweep it out the back, and I clean up after the end of the day. That's it. It's cost of doing business until one day a really smart carpenter said, wait a minute, this is still product. I've changed it a little bit, but it's still my product. What can I use this for? How can I turn this into profit instead of a loss? And thus, the fire starter was born. Fire starters are just sawdust compressed in wax, and they're at every single campsite across the country. So is pegboard, just sawdust compressed in glue. That's all it is. The floors that we walk on every single day. Those are all products of sawdust. So, as we do and create, we typically have sawdust laying in the corners of our warehouses as well. So, what sawdust do you have that you could give away for free here as a free guide? Maybe it's a calculator, maybe it's a planner, maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's something useful to your customers, knowing that they want to opt in for this webinar and knowing that little bit about them. What useful things do you have laying around that you could use as a gift? Because now it solves all the urgency and scarcity problems. The timer is for them to opt in now to actually receive the free bonus. That's your ads. Then you have retargeting ads that are targeting people, and it says, wait, I really want to help you. I've opened up the window to register and get that free bonus I talked about. Now it's real urgency and scarcity across the board. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Yeah,
what sawdust do you have? Do you have any of that stuff laying around? Or if you don't yet, could you easily
I
create
don't.
something like that?
Yeah, I'm still need to create the bonuses and everything that I'm like included in this.
Then just take out the timer. Easy.
But okay, then my second question, well, I have like a million questions, is like, please ask Russell Brunson to like create the funnel.
Yes, the funnel you want. I'm actually gonna get with our development team after this, Viviana, and I'm gonna ask them.
Because it doesn't make any sense for webinar people to have to create two funnels,
And
especially
honestly,
when
I'm
we're going with, you know, a cold audience. I have a cold audience. Now, this is the very thing, and I wanted to know where is your opinion, kind of like know what you're going to say, but still I'm going to ask. You know how Facebook is always changes the algorithm, algorithm, and right now Facebook is favoring his Insta forms over any opt-in forms, especially we'll call audiences. What are your thoughts? And if the beginning of the funnel is Insta form, that it is more likely people will register, probably will lower the attendance, but it will help with an account that it is as dead as mine in social media to help collect data for Meta and then run that with Instaforms for a month and then connect them to ClickFunnels. I don't know, like I don't know if it's a Zapier or like what type of integration I will need to have just to collect data faster. So Meta favors me and it starts kind of like seeing what people are opting in and then go with okay, now we're going to choosing the opt-in page after a month of data since like my pixels doesn't have any data. What are your thoughts?
I'm a huge fan of going with the current, especially to warm up a pixel. Yes, I would at least put a low budget on that. Right? Even at least like $10 a day for a month. Even it, so like what I'm seeing in my mind, just so we're on the same page, is I'm also seeing like your own organic posting that you're gonna do. So like you're still gonna be doing Instagram shorts, right? Or you're still gonna be making posts about this presentation. After the first one, after you do the first webinar, the next couple weeks you're going to be talking about like the massive success cases that your students who went through the webinar and did the training have had, even if it's past success cases. So you're still going to be talking about your thing and sending your own traffic right here to this page, which the pixel will also be picking up on because you
Mhm.
have a pixel connected to your funnel. So, end of the day, yes, I'm a huge fan of going with current. If Facebook on the things, especially right now, as Facebook is changing, like if you're running the Facebook Flex ads and you're telling Facebook, like, yep, Facebook, you do everything, you want control, I give you control, I do think that they definitely favor that. So running the Facebook form, Facebook favors that. And if you use that at the beginning to warm up the pixel, I think it's a good decision.
And then with the leads that I get from if I follow the Insta form, those leads, do I need what integration system to go back to ClickFunnels and to get them to my CRM? And now again, I'm not familiar, like I'm so new to ClickFunnels that is the CRM in ClickFunnels as effective as like Chipmunk, Chickmonkey, whatever, or like HubSpot? Am I even like maybe I'm already changing the names of the platforms?
Well, first off, I just looked at it, and yes, if you use Instaforms, you can just make a simple zap, and that'll add the contacts to your ClickFunnels account, and then your
Okay.
entire workflow and sending all the emails, you're rocking and rolling. You can easily connect that.
The problem, Dante, is my ideas rock and roll, my implementation sucks.
Sure.
My ideas, the reality. These are not connecting yet.
Well, you are a very grounded human. Good for you, Viviana.
So
Um,
with implementation, like how do I know that I'm going to get the guy? Because here is the thing is when you get customer service, they are technical, but they don't see the big picture. So again, like they solve a problem, and again, they connected me to the Zoom page, but I was like, no, I don't want to get them out of the funnel. So it's like, that's not what I want to do. So again, it's like they solve, but sometimes they don't have the marketing logic.
right, right.
And they're good, they're amazing. Again, I mean, bless
And
their
and
souls. Like they have
honestly,
to, work with people like me. So
a lot of times funnel hacking Russell can be difficult because he has a whole team of developers that build his funnels and he can use custom code like crazy. So
yeah.
it can be difficult. Anyway, I'm gonna get with our team and I'm gonna see how to do this because it just seems so logical. And I know not a lot of people do it anymore, like these types of webinars. They're really called auto webinars. They used to be really popular, not so popular, but I love the strategy. So I'll get with the team on that. I'm curious about your buttons though. Can you go back to your ClickFunnels account? It's just
Did I
one.
stop sharing?
No, stay right here. I want to see. Just one browser tab left.
They do nothing. Oh, yeah. But this one needs to change.
Okay, I think I know what they did, which is the right move. Go one browser tab to your left, like up there, the tabs in your browser themselves.
Where?
At the very top of your browser, you have all the tabs. No, not back, above that.
This one?
Yes, great. Okay, enter the editor for that page.
For this one?
Yes, please.
No,
Okay. Let me see what they did. Click your top button.
this is not, I deleted what they did. This is me with ChatGPT.
Oh, okay, okay, great. Yes, click that button. The top button.
This one?
No, the button itself. 11 a.m.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, okay, but it just ran two buttons, didn't it?
Yeah, so this one
Click
and
your
this one
second
go to the
button.
same page.
Click your second button. Right. Okay, so they would both go to the same page. Exit the editor, please. Here is what we could do, or at least we could try right now as a solution.
Can I
You
interrupt just a second?
please, Lily.
How do you know that when she clicks the buttons, both are going to the same form? How did you know that from looking at that?
That's a
Exactly.
great.
What we
That's a
need to know is connect the Zoom links so it triggers now the emails. That's exactly my problem, Lily.
That was a great question, Lily. Let me expand on that. Can you enter the editor again, please, Viviana?
This one right here.
Yes, edit the page and click that top button, 11 a.m.
Sorry, I have like so many tabs open that right now. Okay.
So I'm looking first at the button action. The button action is set to submit form. But what I'm not seeing, close that down for me, please. What I'm not seeing is a redirect override, that little checkbox
Mhm.
right down below. I was expecting to see that
Me
each
too.
button would have a redirect override, and I would be running basically a split test of my thank you page. So if they opt in to the 11 a.m. button, I would keep it as submit because remember, anytime somebody gives me information, whether it be personal like an opt-in or financial like a credit card, anytime I collect customer information, I must submit that with a submit button. So I need to leave my button at the submit action, but I would redirect the 11 button to an 11 o'clock thank you page. I would redirect the 6 o'clock button to a 6 o'clock thank you page. And then each customer gets their own thank you page for the time that they showed. Does that make sense, Lily? And answer your question,
It does, but I'm going to go one more step.
please.
Why? Why does that matter? I know you're doing a split test and you can see which one is going to which one to see if one time is more favorable. Is that
Well,
it?
no, it's more about customer journey. Ah, great question. I understand. It's customer journey. I'm telling two people to register for two times. So we have an 11 o'clock time and a 6 o'clock time. So if somebody opts in for the 6 o'clock time, I have to take them to a page for that 6 o'clock time. So
With
that
that timer.
with a timer, right? So that's why two pages. Feel free
And
to.
it will trigger also a different sequence of emails
That's
with
exactly right, Viviana, because now in my mind, I'm thinking 11 o'clock thank you page, 6 o'clock thank you page. I'm also thinking a workflow connected to each page, and the workflow trigger is just page visit. They don't need to opt in. They've already opted in. You got their info on the front end here. So now I can trigger workflow automations based on the pages that they're visiting. They hit the 11 o'clock thank you page. I fire them into my 11 a.m. workflow with the emails for the 11 a.m. time. Does that make sense?
in my head, yes. In the implementation, no.
Sure. Lily, what do you think from here?
Yeah, no, I totally get that. So you're going to send out emails reminding them and everything else from that other workflow.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Now, Viviana, I know I talked to you about this. Oh, I think I already mentioned I'm getting with developers about on this exact topic right
But
after
if
this.
you have someone that can help me, like those secret emails that you have from your list of connections, I'll be happy to connect with someone that will help me get this flowing. Because honestly, I've been stalking this stupid thing with ChatGPT for a whole week, going back and forth, breaking things down. That on top of whoever was also having, problem with the Pixel, I was just like installing the Pixel and all that, on the other side. So it's a lot of things. And although I'm launching Jerry 8, now like I feel like I'm falling behind the schedule because of the implementation part that I like in my head is clear, but in my level of skills is not
Okay.
where my hair is at.
Yes. I probably can, Viviana. Shoot me an email. It's just Dante at ClickFunnels. And I just want to be honest about this for a second. My job gets so hairy so many times, and I think it really gets hairy for me morally and ethically. Because here's the thing. I don't want anything from you guys. I have everything I want. I have everything I need, right? Like I love being here. I love doing this. I never want to take anything from anybody. I just want to give and I just want to serve. But then at the same time, it's like you have people like yourself who are like, man, I'm committed to this. I'm doing this and I'm hitting a hurdle and I need to find my who, not my how. I don't need to be spending time on this. I need to run my business. So then it's like, okay, well, I have your who to get you over the hurdle. And then what am I supposed to do? Not give you the who? Like, am I supposed to leave a roadblock up in your face that we could easily smash? No, of course not, right? So anyway, I just hope that you guys know I'm not trying to take anything from you. I just want to be aid and I just want to be a service to you all. But I bet we probably can, Viviana. I'm still gonna look into this with the devs because I do want to figure this out for future people. But feel free to shoot me an email. It's just Dante at clickfunnels.com and I'll I'll look at the list and see what we can do.
Thank you, Dante.
Cool.
Um, just one more question, just for
Sure.
the perfect webinar. I think where I'm having trouble, and again, everything is in Spanish, so like even if I show it to you, where is my perfect webinar? My million slides. Everything is so slow. Okay, so so I don't know if I understood this right. So how he went to present, hold on a second. The offer stacking, what I understood from like listening to Russell Brunson on, let me just get rid of this thing. Go away. Oh, right here. What I understood from Russell Brunson is when it comes to, okay, so we go into the three secrets and then we go on, introduce the solution is our, like our framework, which is the course that we have created that we will solve all the problems, hopefully. And then we just go.
Well, that first slide you just showed me, was that saying, is it okay if I share an offer with you? Something like that?
With these are questions like, oh, I don't know how to charge, if I'm a freelancer. So this is kind of like what kind of like creating the stacking. I was trying to split up my course and grief value. And again, I think it makes it so much harder when it is our first time and we don't have testimonials. So I'm all those that like, haha, here is the path, but I have zero testimonials. So you'll be my first guinea pig. I won't say that, but
Right.
um,
Right.
so here it goes. The offer stacking goes from lower to higher than what I understand is like we talk about each offer stacking of what we're offering in the course. And then we present a slide like this where it has absolutely everything and then the total value.
Uh, no.
That's what I understood. So what am I doing wrong then?
Are you following one funnel away or are you following prime
I'm
mover?
uh I'm following everything that Russell has said in his life. Like
Okay.
one funnel away, I have done one. Not this point is like one
Okay.
funnel away. When I go to the gym is like a traffic secret. Like I'm like as I said, like I decided just to go to Russell Brunson school. So I have seen so much that at the point is like, yeah, it's probably one funnel away because he repurposes all his
Okay.
stuff.
So just to be clear why I asked that, I'm in an odd spot as a coach because there's like so many trainings out there and there's so
I
many,
know,
right? And it's like I know
and I
all of
have
them,
seen
but
so many that at this point I'm like,
Our eyes are all spinning because we don't even know which one we're in every day.
sure. Can we just get back to basics of a webinar together?
yeah, let me stop sharing.
What? No, 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 no. Share again, please.
Oh, sorry.
Your slides are perfect. Let's talk stack and close. This is just how it's been forever and how it's always going to be. Go back to the beginning of the slide you just showed me, whatever that slide was.
So when we started with, pretty much I started with this one and I started going up and bringing value. This is actually, sorry, from one funnel away, what he was presenting on the perfect webinar. So what I understood, and from the slides that he's sharing, I kind of like changed everything into this. So what does it include? That's pretty much the question. And then, okay, if you don't know how to charge, like this is, I will take you on da 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 da, and this is what I will teach you, how to do on pretty much my years of experience. And then it will go, okay, I'm also gonna give you, I'm gonna make life so much better for you, giving you all this, oh, I forgot it.
Viviana, can I actually take your screen share?
Yeah,
I just got mine set up. Let's just get back to basic webinar fundamentals here today.
yeah,
We just went through secrets number 1, 2, and 3.
yes.
And gang, remember, it's just like Dan Kennedy said, whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins.
Yes.
So I gotta know, are you guys getting this? Really, let me know in the chat and let me know which secret do you think is going to be the most impactful to you and your business today. I know all three of them are going to revolutionize, but what secret specifically are you really honing in on? And I have one more question I need to ask. Who feels like this right now? I know I just sent a ton of information down the pipe to you, and you might feel like you're trying to drink water out of a fire hose. So, really quick. You guys okay if I make a special offer to you today to help you implement what you learned? You might have tried to implement this before and just had a hard time because there's a lot of steps and there are things to do, but it's not hard when we do the right things at the right time. So, are you okay if I share a special offer with you guys today? And I wait. I usually give a call to action. Do me a favor, just put a 3 in the chat. If you're okay, just a couple minutes, I want to share a special offer I have for you today. And I'll wait, and I'll sit and wait. And I have the chat pulled up, and you guys put 3. That's awesome. So as soon as I get my first 3, if I think it's really coming in fast, I'll let a couple threes hit. But as soon as I get my first 3, okay, amazing. I'm really excited to share this with you. And then we're gonna hop right in. But sorry, let me get back here. Before I share this with you, I need you to understand this. ClickFunnels is not a business opportunity. Well, maybe aside from if you're an affiliate. But aside from affiliate marketing, ClickFunnels is not a business opportunity. It is a tool to help your existing business grow faster. Everything you need to start growing your company with sales funnels is going to be included in here today. So oh, sorry, I keep clicking off. Come on, get here. There we go. So here's what you're going to get. 6 months of ClickFunnels Platinum completely for free. And what our platinum members get, that's going to be 70 funnels, 100,000 monthly visitors, and so much more. And you're going to be able to implement all the funnels that I shared with you in the presentation, all the core funnels that run business every single day. You have all of them inside of your account, and you're going to be able to get rid of everything: your landing page software, your split test software, your shopping cart, email autoresponders, text message autoresponders, your automated webinar, your affiliate software, your membership site software, your Photoshop, WordPress, your hosting programmers, designers, your webmasters, and all the other nonsense that you have dragging down your P&L. You're going to get rid of all of it. The average person we find saves over $1,000 a month by switching to ClickFunnels. So, most questions. What if I already have a ClickFunnels account? Not a problem. We're either going to upgrade your account to the plan we're talking about now, or nothing happens. You're on that plan, you stay on the existing plan, and we just add the bonuses right to your account. And if you're on Platinum, you're going to see it displayed just like that inside of your account. If you're not on Platinum, then you're going to get that immediate upgrade to the Platinum level account. And this offer is for new ClickFunnels members, or it's existing members who already have it. So next in the stack is Funnel Builder Secrets. Funnel Builder Secrets shows you every single funnel and gives you those pre-made templates. So for you tech guys and girls, I'm curious, because I just said this and somebody guaranteedly said, I'm terrible at the tech behind this. So I'm just curious, do you have a tech person that you know could dominate for you? Maybe in 2025, maybe it's your grandson, maybe it's your kid. I know a lot of funnel hackers that bring their kids in to run business, and it is incredible. I'll share a story later with you guys about coolestsocksever.com. So, like I said, who has kids? We can train them to be the most profitable thing inside of your business. And it's not for just one person. This is for all businesses. Here's Liz Benny. And Liz says, with our new funnel, the webinar funnel, this month we got 35 new clients at $997 each. Now that we have the funnel perfected, we're on track to get 100 new clients this month. This is my buddy Mike Stanzik. Mike said, I've never had an actual funnel before ClickFunnels. I followed Russell's instructions, set up a sales funnel, bought my first ad, and on my first try, I sold 8 people on my front end. It was a free plus shipping, and 2 people bought my upsell for $197. This is Simeon Cryer. Simeon says, I followed the funnel hack system, found a funnel I liked. It was actually Russell's exact funnel, by the way. I found a funnel that I liked, modeled it, and on the first test, we doubled over on our ad spend. $1 in, $2 back out. That's the kind of business that I like right there. Great for Simeon. And here, this video is not going to be able to play But here, this is Drew Canoli. Drew Canoli is the founder of Organifi, which is now currently AG1. And when Drew was launching Organifi, he actually went to Russell's inner circle, asked Russell his ideas. Russell said, "Oh, I actually have a really good supplement funnel. It's killing it for me. Here, just do this exact thing." Drew implemented what Russell said, and that's how Organifi got to become AG1, the powerhouse supplement that we know today. These secrets are for everybody, gang. So, what you're going to get today first is a ClickFunnels 6-month platinum account, normally valued at $1,782. Next, you know our mantra, you're just one funnel away. So here is Trey's one funnel away story. Trey Llewellyn, if you don't know, is our e-commerce master here. He has done hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in e-commerce. And here's his one funnel away story. He came into the one funnel away challenge. He took the training. He implemented. Here's some targets that he was running. Grab 10 targets, hit him with a more of the same upsell, hit him with a upgrade on the back end, and bingo, there becomes Trey Llewellyn. Here's the next. He sells gun oil. Free plus shipping on the front end to a simple order form with an upsell of adding an extra bottle. Next, he sold bracelets. Has a dream customer in mind. He chose a CEO, and now he made CEO swag, where he sells bracelets and stickers to CEOs. There it is. Free plus shipping on the front end, goes to an order form, hits him with an order confirmation with other products they might be interested in. His Lumitac flashlight, the one everybody knows him for. Here it is. Simple funnel, simple page. Grab 75% off. Hits him with an upsell. First, hits him with an order form. First upsell after that is grab more of the same. Hey, do you want more flashlights? Then he puts them into a subscription program on the back end. Trey was able to implement this as well as everybody else. So how would you like us to hold your hand as you launch your first or next funnel, just like Trey Llewellyn himself? Added to this offer today, you're going to get the 30-day challenge, should you choose to accept it. The 30-day challenge has transformed Trey Llewellyn and thousands of funnel hackers' lives by giving them the solid knowledge and information they need to build, grow, and scale their business. It's full of daily lessons, assignments, and accountability. Week 1, we go over offer creation. Week 2, publishing, getting that offer out there to the world. Week 3 is funnel building. Week 4 is simple traffic. It's an amazing program that I'm actually blessed to be the head coach of. So the first 30 days is to get your first or your next funnel live. And what happens after the first 30 days? Well, what if you had access to Russell Brunson's funnel builders twice a day? How does that sound? We have virtual daily hackathons that you're going to get added. So we're going to be showing you twice a day, daily, how to build all the core funnels that run business every single day. You can see the schedule. It stays stacked, and we have a great time doing these sessions. And here's our hosts. We have Gregory Dakin, the founder of the certification program, with his colleagues, Adam and Andrew. This was from 8 years ago. They actually don't work here anymore. Now back to it. So what you're going to get today, first, you're going to get ClickFunnels, a 6-month platinum account, normally a $1,782 value. Next, you're going to get the One Funnel Away 30-day challenge, typically a $19.97 value. We're also going to give you those daily funnel hackathons. That's a $5,779 value, typically leading up to a total value of $9,558, but I'm not even close to done. There's a success path that we have for funnel hackers. Step 1, you need a funnel. You have ClickFunnels. You have the One Funnel Away challenge to support your first 30 days in business, and you have the hackathons. So you can get over your hurdles immediately every single day. What else do you need? Oh, the stories inside of our pages. Because remember, the difference between having a funnel and having a funnel that actually makes money is the story. Russell's 10X presentation, where he became the highest paid speaker in the history of America, $3.2 million for 90 minutes. That whole presentation is story based. That presentation wouldn't be what it was without Russell's stories. So how does Russell do it himself? How does he go and tell stories to masses that can persuade and sway them to do the things that he asked them to do? He's going to give you an exclusive breakdown. Here's the 10X Secrets training, where Russell, slide by slide by slide, is going to break down exactly what he had on the screen, exactly what he said, and the why behind it. He's going to give you everything. the slides, webinar swipe file, the 5-minute perfect webinar funnel. It's the 10x Secrets Mastery Program. Literally take a weekend and create the stories that you're going to plug into your funnels. Hook, story, offer is all that a funnel is. And stories are what move people through the pages. Stories are what has connected us around the fireplaces since the first day that the world spun. Stories are unbelievably important. So, what you're going to get today is a ClickFunnels 6-month platinum account, typically $1,782. The One Funnel Away challenge for your first 30 days, that's $1,997 in value. The virtual daily funnel hackathons, $5,779 in value, and the 10x Secrets Mastery Program, which is a $997 value, equaling a total value today of $10,555. I can stop here for this example, but that is what it should be. Literally, from the start, we need to. Where am I? Where am I? By the way, I am not trying to be braggadocious here. I'm not. But I have not looked at this presentation in 4 years. I promise you, when I started doing this, I didn't start looking at this presentation sneakily behind closed doors and then come to you guys and say, I'm not looking at anything. I haven't looked at this in 4 years. And you probably heard a couple blunders when it came to that stack and close that time. I said some of the wrong things in the wrong time. I said some things and then went to the slide that was that thing because I just haven't done it in 4 years. But what's crazy is I'm able to hit the right beat still. I'm able to say the right things. I'm able to stay on track and on topic because I know my presentation forwards and backwards. I took the time to actually learn the presentation, to commit it to memory, and that's what a lot of experts don't do. Thursday comes, we fill our Thursday with tons of nonsense that isn't actually important to our webinar, and then the webinar comes and we just go up and do the webinar live. And I don't want you guys to do that. I want you to take Thursdays in the mornings or before. Like personally, I always did a webinar before the webinar. So this webinar takes me an hour and a half. If I was doing the webinar at 2 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, I would do the webinar myself. I would go through every single slide. I would get myself excited. I would have my hand movements. I would do it before I did the webinar so that when I go and do the webinar, I'm fresh and I'm crispy and I'm hitting all the right beats. I'm doing the right thing in the right timing. But how it should start, Viviana, and what I didn't see in yours is we start from here. Let me ask you a question. And then we get into the special offer. And you need to ask people's permission to share the offer with them. From looking at your slides, and I know I don't speak the language, so I couldn't see anything really, but it felt like you were just going into the stack without asking permission. Is that right?
I have to take actually a look.
Okay, just make sure to
I think
ask for
the question
permission.
I do it way before, and I don't know if there's like you actually add the question in a less sales pitch is like, oh, kind of like, can I make you an offer or something like that? What is it exactly that you asked?
I say something along the lines of, so
Is it
really quick
okay? Kind
before
of
we get
very kind
going,
of
is,
like,
is it okay if I share a special offer I have with you today? That's it.
so yeah, I think I do it actually a little bit different. Uh
And you can play with it. You can find your verbiage. You
but
can find your
and
thing.
again, the thing is when I look at this, is like, man, Russell Brunson has like a whole library to give you for free and software, and he's an expert and so much credibility, which is like it makes me feel like Goo Goo Gaga. I'm offering nothing.
You are a very grounded human, Viviana. You're honest. I love that.
Not only that, but it's like you get so many funnels, you get so many this, you get so
Yeah.
many that. You just have to back up and focus on the one thing. And I know I'm saying Russell's word there, but really truly you got to pick a funnel, you got to pick a gate, you got to, and it's like my husband and I go through my secrets and my headline, and it's like it's never going to be perfect. This has to be our audience telling us, right? So it's
Yes.
like I'm just finally going, okay, stop all the roadblocks I'm putting up and just go, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go,
Lily,
baby,
you're also
go.
doing a webinar. Are you already live?
Lily,
I'm
Viviana.
sorry, what was that?
Are you live already going like doing webinars?
I want to say almost, God darn it. I was going to do it this week and then I couldn't get everything done. I've only been at this for about 2 weeks. I just in Fountainhead for 1 week. But I'm telling you, I've been doing webinars for a really long time in a different way. I'm so excited about this, but I'm not quite ready. And I want to be ready out of the gate, ready enough. I know it's never going to be ready, you know? But
Yeah.
what you're talking about, Viviana, just hit a chord with me because you're kind of in the same place I am. You might be a little ahead of me, which is great. But I'm stuck on like I put a funnel out there before I did Fountainhead. I have a MS in software engineering, so ClickFunnels isn't that foreign, but
Yep.
it is foreign because like what
Mhm.
happens on submit order, it doesn't really tell you that. And I did an override, but it's like, should I be? Where does it go? I mean, I can't see the back end, which I'm not used to. Um, so it's like there's all these little hurdles that I want to know and I want to control. And I didn't even know about pixels. Adrian, you started talking about it yesterday. I'm like, what the heck is a pixel? And
Oh,
it's like, there's all this stuff, and
that was all my
maybe in
headache this
another
week.
5 weeks it'll be in my head. But right now I'm just like, it's not a fire hose. It's like the Hoover Dam coming at me, you know?
100%, Lily. And every time that I feel like ready, oh my gosh, next week is like a bunch of things that are like not even in place or like, oh my gosh. And it feels like, and when you don't know how to implement those things, then it feels like you're a million years away again from your goal. It's
I
just
know,
like
but I'm
running
so
in
excited
mud.
because it's just, I know they say, one funnel away, but how many freaking weeks, excuse my French, like,
And a
this
million
is
days of
coming, man, and
implementation.
I know this is going to be really impactful, but it's like there's so many things you got to line up, and you got to know the
Yeah.
front end with the secrets. You got to know how to still tell the story with the webinar. I've never been a marketing whiz. I love my business. I'm really good at talking about that. So I guess I am good at presenting my stories in a different way. Now I just have to get this all down, and I'm thinking, I'm like pulling back from this conversation today, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure out like, and Dante, you're the most amazing call I've been on yet. So thank you for being just able to go everywhere we want to go. But it's like, I want to just step back and say, what are the big nuggets? What are my 6 nuggets I got to conquer here? And how do I focus on them in some kind of a meaningful way that goes one step through the next? Because right now I'm bouncing all over and it's just like overwhelming, you
It's
know?
easy, Lily. It's easy. Let me unring that bell for you. Uh, Big domino, first 15 minutes of your webinar. Big domino and the stories that you're going to use to share the big domino and topple that big domino. Secret number one, secret number two, secret number three, your offer, aka stack and close. That's it. And then, like you said, go. Once you have that, go. Something interesting Russell does, and I've did this as soon as I heard about it, and I went through this journey. Russell sets deadlines. And when Russell sets his deadline, that's where he'll start ads that day. Like when he realizes, like, yep, I'm doing this and this is the day I'm launching, he'll make the funnel and he'll start running ads right day. He will announce it to the world. He puts himself in a position where he has to go live and he has to do the thing. Yeah, and look at Viviana's face as we start thinking about that pressure. But pressure builds diamonds, right? And that's how Russell always gets that thing over the finish line because the thought of launching at that date, which I am going to do, I've already spent $1,500 in ad spend. I've already got all these people that registered. Like I'm doing it regardless. The thought of doing it so poorly, hurting the brand, not serving, just makes him sick. And that's a great way that he kind of is his own jockey to make sure that he gets across the finish line in time. I love it. I'd encourage you guys to do it as well because you won't mess up. If you do mess up, like if you do launch and you haven't tested things or things don't work, like that little stuff happens like that. And then once you do it once, you'll never do it again. I promise you that. Guarantee it. And we just get better at working.
So that
Um,
makes sense to me. And my first funnel that I put out was a giveaway, Black Friday, et cetera, that just happened.
yep.
And it's like, it kept saying that I had like 20 plus opt-ins, which was really low because I took it down pretty fast because none of them, the 3 people I knew that opted in came into my contacts, but nobody else did. So what happened to those 16? Where the heck? I didn't understand the tool enough.
Mm.
So
And that
why were they showing up and then nobody else showed up? I don't know. It's just weird.
well, that's interesting. That we would have to look into. Um, but but what I wanted to share with you, Viviana, is how to get into your stack and close. There is a transition to get into the stack and close. And we don't just want to hit the stack and close with them and say, so now I'm going to share an offer with you. That's just shoving
I'm
it
gonna
down
give you
their
all my
throats.
price.
And
No, I
yeah,
think my question. I'm sorry. Like I didn't present it with the energy and like we're going to sell. Like yeah, of course. Like you made me sound that I was like I was just
and,
showing you what it was in my slides, but I will do
Viviana,
better
you
for.
have it. You have it already. I can hear it.
there's I don't mean to be braggadocious here as well. I really truly don't. But the one thing you have to be is excited. And I honestly think that's why I excel at my job today. I think that's why I've always done well with webinars because I truly believe in what I'm saying. Like I have applied these secrets to my life and you missed it, but I do that in the beginning of the webinar. I've applied them to my life and I've reaped great reward. I've helped others apply this to their lives, and they have reaped great reward. I truly, in my soul, feel a conviction that what this is right. So when I teach that to people and when I present, it comes out. Granted, I have become a better showman over the years since I past started doing this, and I can manufacture it a little bit more than I could back then, right? But you guys have to have a conviction, and that really leans into the offer too. You have to have an offer that is a solid, sexy offer, so that when you hit your stack, you can't help but be excited. You can't help but be convincing. People can't help but buy from you because you have that conviction. It's unmanufacturable. It is unmanufacturable. That's why ClickFunnels will keep me forever, and I will stay at ClickFunnels forever. Or until ClickFunnels one day is not the best solution for people in my heart, and then I'll do with the best solution, right? But that day will probably never happen. But having that conviction and the excitement to be there is irreplaceable, and it's probably the most important thing I would tell everybody to focus on. So you always ask for their permission to get into the stack and close. And if you sit there and you say, put a 3 in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with me taking just a couple quick moments to share a special offer with you today. And if you hear crickets, just sit there. Just sit there. And then you kind of play, yeah, right? You kind of play this to your personality. Me personally, when I hit moments like that where it was like I would just sit there quietly and I'd let it sit for, I mean, I've done it for like 2 minutes at points. Typically, it doesn't take that long. Typically, it's about 20 to 30 seconds. I'll sit there and I'll let the awkwardness stew. And then after 30 seconds, I'll be like, oh man, I've not had that happen before, but if you guys aren't interested, that's totally cool. I have a bunch of great stuff I can go do today, and I'm not opposed to doing it early. So if nobody's in, I'll just give it a couple more seconds. And before I can even finish speaking, somebody puts a 1 in the chat because they're watching me up there kind of squirming. So I don't squirm too much. I say I'm happy to leave if you guys don't want to hear, and they do want to hear, so somebody will put 1. The other way you can do it is to sit there and squirm. You can make it really awkward. And people will see you squirming and they will feel bad, and somebody is always going to say 1. Now, because I have permission from the 1, I can attack the herd. If one person says yes, I now have permission to give my stack to the entire herd of people. So we have to lean into it that way. And then the other big thing I was seeing with you, Russell has some little disclaimers that he gets in there today. And he gives the first offer, and then we get to here, the stack. You need to be giving it. This is the stack and close where you go through all 17 slides, whatever that was, of your first thing. And then you say, so after you finish the first thing pitch, the first thing in your stack. So what you're going to get is a 6 months platinum account with ClickFunnels, normally, and you state the value. Normally valued at $1,782, but that's not quite enough. You guys know our mantra. And you lead right from that into the next part of your stack, the next thing you're going to offer them. You go through that part of the stack, you build up that product. Remember, I tell them 1 funnel away. Then we're just talking with the 1 funnel away product all the success that people have had, what it is, what it's going to help them do. And then we get back to the stack again. I'm going to come back in, and now I've loaded in the new things I talked about, and I'm going to re-hit the stack. So what you're going to get today, 6 months of a ClickFunnels Platinum account, normally at $1,782 of value. The One Funnel Away Challenge, the 30 days, that's normally $1,997 of value. The virtual daily funnel hackathons, valued at $5,779. Then I'm going to get into the next thing. But remember your success path. That's what we're here for today. So what else would you need? Oh, the stories. And I'm going to get into the next part of the stack. And then I'm going to wrap them back in. And I'm going to start again from the top. This is really, really important for the stack and close. I'm continuing to beat my offer and to beat my value into their brain. Because when we get to the very end, we're going to hit them with the final stack. That's just going to be there. So what you're going to get today, 6 months of ClickFunnels at a platinum account valued at $1,782. The One Funnel Away Challenge valued at $1,997. The virtual daily funnel hackathons valued at $5,779. The 10x Secrets Mastery Program valued at $997, as well as the Traffic Secrets Live, plus the ad skills training at $997. That brings us to a total value of $11,552. And before we get too deep, gang, I gotta ask, if all this did, this is such an important question, gang. The if all this did has to be in everybody's webinar. Alex Hormozy Alex Hormozy, you know his book, $100 Million Money Models. He did this huge launch. Everybody was talking about it, ranting and raving about it. It was this presentation. It was just this. He had every single slide for slide for slide. It was perfect webinar to a T. And everything changed when he hit the if all this did was, man, the chat freaking flew. Revelations were happening. This is a really, really important slide. If all this did was finally got you a funnel that was profitable, you can put in $1, you can get $2 out. Would that be worth it? If all this did, if bare minimum, it helped you share your message with more people, would that be worth it? If all this did was gave you the ability to cancel all the monthly tools you're currently using and draining down your P&L, would that be worth it? I was asked the same question and I had two choices. I could go as cheap as, so when I made this offer, I had two choices. My first option was to go as cheap as possible and just try and sell as many of these as possible, which of course does not incentivize me to stack the value for you, the person I care about. Or I had the second option, the one that I like. It requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, we can devote more resources to virtually guarantee your success. So my question, what's one funnel worth for you? One successful funnel, $1 in, $2 out. What is one successful funnel worth to you? Is that 10K a month? Is that 100K a month? Is that $1 million a month? How much, really, if you haven't thought about this before, take a moment to think about it. How much would you pay for one perfect funnel? What's it truly worth to you? These funnels have been worth over 127 million. We have Confusionsoft on the left. Confusionsoft gets valuated at 127 million. We have Lead Pages, 38 million. And you can see why people pay Russell $500,000 plus royalties to set up a funnel for them. And you can easily see why this would be an amazing deal at $5,000. But today, for you, I am only going to charge $19.97. One simple payment. Sorry. Typically, for this deal, it's $19.97 for the general public. But because you're here today and because you've stuck with me the entire time, I would like to offer you to get started today for just $997. That gets you everything we just talked about. $997 for the next 6 months of your business. No questions asked, no more bills coming. You have every single tool that you need to do the things that you want to do. So I put the link in the chat for you already, but go ahead and go to secretsmasterclass.com/go. That'll take you to a simple order form. Oh, sorry, I should have gone to who wants a piece of this? That kind of makes fun of Russell. Again, that's going to lock you into ClickFunnels Platinum. And 12 months of ClickFunnels Platinum is normally 3,564. We're giving you 6 months free with your investment today. And that is putting you on our Platinum suite. Now, you have two choices. You have your first option to do absolutely nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, by the way. Or your second option, you can pony up the small investment today compared to all the value that you get in return and just give it a shot. And if we can't make you money, then we don't deserve yours. So here is our 30-day guarantee. Sign up today. And if you don't like it for any reason, gang, I don't care if it's the 29th day and the 23rd hour and the 59th minute. I've worked for Russell and Todd for a really long time. I've seen this forever and they honor their word. No questions asked. 30-day guarantee. If you don't like it and if it doesn't make you money, let our team know. We'll give you a full refund of this right away without asking a single question. My real question to you is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, even if it does half of what I've claimed today on this training, will pay for itself immediately as soon as your first funnel is live. We have over 100,000 active entrepreneurs. It's not a matter of if, it's truly a matter of when. So, quick recap what you're going to get. We're going to recap the entire stack, hitting every single thing again. And there's a special bonus only for those who sign up tonight. Our platinum members are going to get everything: 70 funnels, 100,000 monthly visitors, 10,000 contacts. But tonight, when you join today, we're going to knock out the double and give you unlimited funnels. We're going to knock out the double and give you unlimited traffic. We're going to knock out the double and give you unlimited contacts. We're also going to give you priority support. These are the guys that help VIPs every single day, like Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins, and they're going to be working the back end of your tech to make sure you never hit a hurdle. And then we get back to the success path. And then we get started now today. And there it is. We put up a timer, 30-minute timer. I would sit there as I go into the timer. I would say, so this is your success path, gang. There's nothing different for you and your business than any of the other thousands of business owners that have already done this. This is the path. And we have everything you need to make sure that you can get down the path and get to your goal, whether that's a 2 comma club, a 2 comma club X, or whatever your goals may be. They may very well exceed a 2 comma club X award. So for all of you who are serious about doing the thing, get started today for just $9.97. Commit to Russell and he will full commit to you and your business. I'm going to start a quick timer, let you guys make your decisions. I'm actually looking at the back end right now and I'm already seeing them roll in. So when you go make that commitment today, please let me know in the chat. I'd love to give you a shout out. I'd love to give you a little encouragement and excitement. I mean, I am really excited for you guys to start this. So quick timer here. Go to secretsmasterclass.com/go. I'm going to start the timer and we'll be back later. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm in the chat, but quick timer, go do your thing and I'll be back with you soon. Timer's going, 30 minutes. From there, you can either come back in and answer questions that you've seen people ask in the chat, which I encourage you to do because that's your number one, that's the goal. That's the things, the questions we need to answer in our presentation next time because they shouldn't have questions at the end. And then, but after the 30-minute timer, I always made the timer 20 minutes because I just didn't want to wait as long. So I shouldn't have done that, but I did. After the 20-minute timer, I would come back in. I'd say, guys, I got a couple more minutes to answer questions. I saw some great ones come in. I saw Lucy asked, and then I'm just smashing objections in that last little bit of time. After that, I would have this page up. And yeah, so there's even more to this webinar. This webinar back in the day was amazing. I mean, and it's because of the offer. This webinar has so much in the offer. Holy cow. It's just, yeah, what a good presentation. I love this. Anyway, that's what I want you to do, Viviana. Ask for permission, slide into your stack and close. Don't worry about it not being this, right? This is a masterpiece of a presentation. This cost a ton of money, and this is after like 6 months of iteration. Hit them with a stack and close at timer at the end. Either close after the timer ends or go back in and answer questions. And that's your webinar. That's your
And
stack.
these do you guys also put like this link on the chat during the
Yes.
webinar for people to click?
Before I even start the webinar, this is the only link I'm going to share in most cases. So before I even start the webinar, I already have this copy. That way in the webinar, I never have to go fumbling and copying and then pasting. It's literally already on my clipboard. So when that time comes, I just press Command V, I paste it, it's done.
Oh, okay. Thank you
Yep.
for the tip.
Yeah, I just wanted to add what's really interesting for me here, hearing you doing this stack and webinar, is that it's not only a technique and stories you use, it's we feel really taken care of. Everything is thought through. And of course, there is the rhythm, the beat, and everything, but you know what you're talking about. And we don't at this point. And thanks to this, when we learn things, sometimes you discover what you didn't know. And this is exactly the thing. I mean, at the end of the stack, you discover what you didn't know you really needed to succeed, actually. So, and there's another thing. I've had a call today, and the woman, it's a client, an actual client, and she wants to upgrade. And I really went very slowly, and I didn't. She asked me for the price, and I didn't give her the price. I gave her the brochure and everything, which had every element, and I explained her again what changed in the new offer, in the new stack, and the precise points she needed. And she said yes, and she should, well, she has to check with her husband, but she really wants to. And I've realized my attitude that was different from years ago before I learned to sell.
Hmm.
I didn't sell, actually. I
Hmm.
was really here for her, and I was ready to take the time she needed to process and to learn and to accept what she needed to learn. And I wasn't here to sell. I was just here to teach her what she needed to succeed
Yep.
and how I had prepared something for her. And it's very different for me. This mindset shift really helps me because I'm not expecting anything from her. I'm really offering service and just helping you discover all what you're missing and all what you could do and how you could transform your life. This is very pleasant to do, and it's I felt the right feeling, and I don't feel needy. I don't feel I have to say this and that and this, because when I do that, I don't close and I'm not myself. But
Yep.
when I know, just it could be, a Christmas, preparing Christmas for the people you love, and taking and thinking about every details and how are you going to make it a great party and everything. And this is exactly what I feel like. I mean, everything has been set so that I could really succeed. And I have all the proofs and everything, and I'm feeling really taken care of. And this is what I do now. I don't come to sell. I'm just here to serve them, just to learn what they have to do to succeed.
Yep.
They will choose, they will decide if they do it my way, if they do it with me or not. But this is not my problem. And when I do that, I really feel very confident in
Yep.
myself, and I can laugh and I can say, for example, at the moment, she was speaking and we were talking about the prices. The offer will be 8,000 euros. For now, it's five. And since she already started a little part of it, I just make her this off what she already paid. I take it off, and she wasn't at ease to sell because she's a teacher, and I said, here we are in the middle of a sales call. Are you feeling? See, it can be very natural, can be
Yep.
very easy, and I can teach you how to do that. And it was so natural. And that's what I really love when you do that also, because I've already had heard this webinar but from Russell, and I was observing and listening to stuff. But when I hear you, I can also hear your personality and how you do it, and how you really like to take care of people, how you're enthusiastic also. even if it's not your product, we really feel you believe in it and you take care of it. So yeah, it was very interesting to hear you do that.
And you guys have to portray the same thing for your customers. And as the offer gets better, as you build your offer, and like what you're really saying here, Sarah, is you feel very confident with your offer now. And as you have this talk with this woman, all the things that she's saying she needs help with, you're like, yes, I do that, and I do that, and I do that. As our offers get better, yes, it gets so much easier to portray. You just ooze that kind of confidence.
Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to say for Lily and Viviana, the thing is, what I've discovered, I'm working on this webinar for almost a year now, and I've changed everything. I've changed the offer, and I've simplified a lot of things, and I was able to see what was wrong for me to sell it, what was wrong for me to deliver it, what was wrong for me to get to know about it on the social medias and everything. It was too much actually, and too complicated. So there are things you can't discover in theory. You have to sell, and you have to meet the people, and you have to discover where you are ready and where you're not. And
Are you still doing your webinar live, or are you already in Evergreen?
no, I hadn't done it live every week, not the whole year, but for a lot of time, every week or very often. And setting a date, just as you said, and you hear and you say, I'm gonna be ready anyway, so I'm gonna be, and you don't work the same way. That's when you don't have a date. And when you see the person and you read your slides and you're thinking, I don't like what I'm saying, and I wouldn't say it this way. You have to see that. You have to discover it, and you can't find it. I really understand why Russell told us to do one every week for at least 1 year, because you don't get to know yourself. You don't get to know the people when they buy, because this is different. There are some tensions for them, and you don't get to have this attitude where you really want good things for them. Of course, you want to sell, but it could be them or anybody else, because you know what you do is good. You see, and you have to get this confident, and you can't find it. If I work on another product and another webinar, I'll have to start all over. I'll go faster because I have this experience, of course, but I'll have to start all over, because you can't discover it in theory. Every training you do, every real life experience you have, this is where you really discover yourself,
Yep.
how not only you sell, but how you help people transform themselves. They come from, I didn't even know I really needed that. I didn't even know I could do that and become that. So it's like teaching. I mean, you really have to take some time to master it too. So
You
this is
really
what I
do.
wanted to say.
Everybody loves to look at Russell now,
Yeah.
but they forget it's the speaker grind, right? They don't remember they don't remember him going and promoting his affiliate boot camp. So who wants a piece of that? They don't remember what it's like. Like Russell has endured dozens and dozens of those moments where the speaker says, "Give my friend a great standing round of applause," and nobody stands up or even claps, and he's just got to stand there. Oh God. Like he's dozens. He's grinded. He's gone to speak at Rotary clubs. Like, and that's just to be able to get better and to fine tune his craft and get better at speaking. And it's also it is the practice too, Sarah, of like knowing what you're it's acting. It's knowing what you're portraying as you're doing it and just getting better at controlling your face and the emotions. Like that's a grind. Learning all that stuff is a huge part of Perfect Webinar, and everybody forgets about it every single day. And they're like, "Oh, the reason I'm not converting is my offer." Like, well, no, the reason you're not converting is because your face is contorted when you're giving the offer because you're so scared and nervous about it that you're scaring the people's children and they're closing the webinar there. Like, so there is a lot to being an actual showman. That's super important, yes. But gang, I'm sorry, I'm getting pinged or Pung. I don't even know how we say that
Thank
right.
you,
I'm
Sarah.
getting pinged like crazy. Viviana, your big thing. I want you to ease into stack and close by asking for permission. I want you to tweak your slides so after you hit each stack in the offer, you go back and re-articulate the stack every single time. Remember, when it comes to stack and close, the human mind only remembers the last thing that you told it. So make sure the last thing in your stack is something that's going to be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then that's it. That's all I want you to really change. And then you're good to go. Do the thing.
You
Awesome.
rock, Dante. Thank you.
Thank you. You're far too kind. I'm sorry, Viviana. Yeah, do you have any questions or anything on that? I
No,
have
we're
to.
good. Thank you.
Okay, cool. For everybody else, I'm sorry. I know there's some hands up I didn't have a chance to get to. I very much apologize. Next week, we're going to be starting OFAs just like normal next week. Next week is only Monday. So Christmas week, we only have a Monday session. Tuesday through Friday, I'm actually going on a trip, so we're just canceling the sessions. But next week, just like normal, I'll be excited to be with you guys next week. Let's have a great weekend. Let's do big things. Let's celebrate ourselves, and let's hop in next week. I'm doing these sessions Monday to Friday, same exact time. Hop in. Let's have great momentum. Let's knock 2026 out of the park, and let's set ourselves up to do it next week. I'll let you guys go. Keith, same time. I start these sessions at 11 a.m. Monday to Friday, they actually start at 11 a.m. So feel free to join in on any of them. Same link, same everything. I'll let you all go for now. Have an amazing rest of your day.